Must forget it. We are looking forward to the match.
Yeah, that's a good point that you make, that you really don't want to think too much about the last match. Have you seen what happened today earlier on between the Sri Lanka when they went on to post a really big total? This pitch looks a very good one. What do you think?
Yeah, we saw the match and I see the wicket also, but it is the flat wicket. If we good total, so we can chase.
Areas of concern in the power play, you struggled to score runs in that last match, you lost wickets. What have you been telling the team in the dressing room?
Yeah, we are a little bit concerned about our power play batting. So we are talking with our coach. Our coach will be supporting us, and we are looking forward today.
Yeah, your skipper, Nigar Sultana Jyoti, scored and been scoring quite regularly, but she needs support from the others to make an impression in this match.
She always doing good. She always supporting us, and she always leading front. She always try to back up us, and we want to back up her because we know she is our one of the best player in our team and in all also.
Right, all the best, and thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
I'm here with Nitish Salekar, the head coach of Thailand team. Winning start is always a good feeling, really good win to start the tournament for you.
Yes, we have a young team, and first win on the board was a relief actually. With the certain areas that we can improve, fielding and bowling areas, but overall happy with the first win.
What are your strengths? We saw your team scoring 133. Would you say that batting is your main strength?
I think traditionally fielding and bowling were our strengths, but happy that our batting is coming through. Saying that, I think fielding and bowling, if we can catch up on that, it will be good.
Yeah, great opportunity for Thailand to put up a really good show here, because if one win, another win here today for you can do wonders for you in this tournament.
Yes, definitely. We are looking forward to today's game.
And the players that you've been talking to, who are the ones who you think can put their hands up and put up a really good performance today?
Actually, Chandida Suttiruang is one of our main all-rounders. I think she's due for a big innings. She's batting well, and I think looking forward to her scoring runs.
All right, thanks for talking to us, and all the very best.
Thank you.
the Women's Asia Cup.
So I'm pretty much confident about it. If we could play as a team and play to our potential, and definitely we'll play good cricket here. If we get to play good cricket there and get a positive result, it will definitely boost our team.
Up and over. This is a good shot from the captain of Bangladesh.
We have motivation to get better to play in Asia Cup.
It is victory for Thailand yet again. Well, we ready ourselves for a game of great significance in the 2024 Women's Asia Cup. It could prove to be a virtual quarter-final as Bangladesh take on Thailand here at the Rangiri International Stadium in Dambulla. Isabel Joyce with me. Athar Ali Khan joins us for the first time. And is he the lucky omen that the Bangladesh team needed? They need to win this, Athar, otherwise it could get tricky. Yeah, I mean, you got to be realistic in terms of what they have achieved, Bangladesh team. They would be hugely disappointed the way they played the cricket in the last match. Let's just forget about that. I think they need to go and do something positive in terms of scoring and picking up wickets. Important, really crucial match for Bangladesh. Thailand are now no strangers to the semi-finals, Isabel Joyce, of this tournament.
No, they'll be very excited at this opportunity. It's a chance to overturn one of the big dogs in this competition in particular, so they'll relish this opportunity.
We saw a brilliant 100 batting first from Chamaria Tapatu, but Nigar Sultana under pressure wanted to bowl first. What will happen at the toss? Let's find out now with Marina Iqbal.
Lights, camera, and we are all set for the live action. I've got the two captains with me. Leading in green, Bangladesh, it's Nigar Sultana. Alongside her is Tipacha Putawong for the Thailand. And we've got Michelle Pereira, who will be overlooking the proceedings. Nigar?
Head.
Heads is the call. Heads it is. You won.
Yeah.
Tipacha, what are you going to do and why? You have Khurram to tell us.
We decide to bat first. Yes.
Okay, what target are you looking on this surface?
I think 150 plus. Yeah.
Okay, you've got a win in the previous game. It was a good win. What areas would you like to improve against Bangladesh to win this game?
วันนี้อยากทำอะไรที่เราชนะได้ครับ
จริงๆหนูอยากให้งานกับแบตเตอร์ที่จะทำงานหนักขึ้นนะคะใช่เพราะว่าจริงๆแล้วแมตช์ที่ผ่านมาเขาก็ทำหน้าที่ได้ดีค่ะแต่ว่าอยากลองให้แบตเตอร์ของเราลองทำหน้าที่อีกครั้งหนึ่งค่ะ
So she said that our batters did really well last game. She's hoping that they do much better this time around, and I think we'll have quite a lot of runs on the board.
Okay, any changes in the playing 11?
มีใครเปลี่ยนบ้าง
เปลี่ยนหนึ่งคนค่ะใช่เปลี่ยนนันทพัฒน์ออกแล้วก็สุนิดาเข้ามาค่ะ
We have one change. Nanapat has been replaced with Sunida.
Thank you. All the best for the game. Nigar, happy to bowl first on this surface?
Actually, no, we wanted to bat first because wicket looks so good and it's coming into the bat so nicely. In the previous game we have seen. So, yeah, but it's a toss. It's not in our control. But we have a very good bowling side, so we will try to restrict them in a good total.
Tough defeat in the previous game. How did you trying to rectify the mistakes?
See, this is just a day that we have been passed before the game. So we were sitting there and we were discussing about what we should not to do in this game. So we are trying to apply on this. And definitely we want to give our batters to the freebie that they can get the confidence back for the rest of the tournament.
Any changes in the playing 11?
We have 3 changes. Rumana, Happy, and we have 1 debutant, Jasmine.
Go well for today.
Thank you so much.
So the news from the center is that Thailand have won the toss and they've decided to bat first.
Very interesting. Nigar Sultana Jyoti saying she wanted to have a bat first, looking at how runs were scored this afternoon. But that's not in her hands now. Thailand will bat. A confident Thai captain says she wouldn't mind 150 against Bangladesh. And it looks like there's one change, Isabel Joyce confirmed by Thipacha Putawong. Looks like just that one game for the debutant Chai Han, and they've made a change lower down the order. Your thoughts?
Well, I think if they're going to score over 150, Kancharenkai needs to come to the party again. The wicketkeeper was top scorer last time around, but the likes of Suturuang Kyoto and Putawang are going to have to put in a big performance today to help them get to that.
Yeah, that is Sunida Chaturungata who has come in. Now Athar Ali Khan, a debut for Bangladesh. All yours.
Yeah, left arm spinner comes in orthodox, and we're looking forward to how she goes with the ball. But it's all about the top order. Remember, they lost 4 wickets in the first 6 overs. It boils down to Dilara, Murshida Khatun. Good to see her back in the team. And also Romana Ahmed. Remember, I mentioned Romana Ahmed earlier on, that very important player for Bangladesh. So they made 3 changes, and if it can go in their favor, then they can actually stamp their authority. Remember, they have not yet lost a game against Thailand.
Yes, of course, it's pride and more at stake. Sabikur Nair Jasmine, the bowler who's been brought in. How will this surface play? Let's find out. Marina's a busy girl.
Beautiful and perfect weather for a game of cricket here at Dambulla. Well, let's talk about the dimensions first. 59 meters all around. The players must have been accustomed to it right now. Let's talk about the surface. Well, no such demons at all, but cricket is a game of numbers, and I'll give you some stats how this square so far has unfolded. 1,597 runs have been scored so far with an average of 159 almost. Pacers have managed to pick 23 wickets, and spinners have managed to get 47 wickets, almost twice. Well, now, this surface has value for the shots for the batters. The Pacers will need to pull up their socks, but the game changers for the captains are the spinners on this surface. Overall, it has everything for every department. Go well, all of you.
Yeah, we've been blessed with really good cricket conditions right through the tournament. And that big win for Sri Lanka by 144 runs boosts their net run rate to just over 4. Thailand and Bangladesh, well, effectively you want Bangladesh to get the job done against Malaysia. This is the big one. This is going to prove to be decisive on who makes the semi-finals come the 26th of July. We were treated to an absolute exhibition of run scoring this afternoon from the Sri Lankan captain. Isabel Joy, Athar Ali Khan saw that game with me. Chamari Attapattu Izzy will remember this day for a long time.
Well, her family and her friends were in the stands, and her mum, who hasn't seen her in 13 years, got to watch her daughter at her very best. Well, when she's on song, she really is on song. Hits all around the ground, so difficult to set a field to, has sweet timing and all of the shots. Lots of 6s and 4s, really just entertaining the crowd that came in here. Congratulations to her, first century in Asia Cup.
We know she's capable of this, Athar, and just to keep the records in check, she is now the highest individual scorer in the history of the Women's Asia Cup, going past Mithali Raj. Malaysia, poor Malaysia, at the receiving end in 2018 and today. But perhaps there's a lesson in attitude which Bangladesh can take, how to deal with lower ranked opposition.
I think it's important. I think it's important for Bangladesh team to realize that they cannot afford to take Thailand lightly. You cannot be complacent against team because so much riding on this game. You want to go and perform well in all departments, but there might be moments where Thailand might be involved in a good partnership because they're batting first, so they might be putting in looking to score runs here. 133 in the last match, which was still a pretty decent total on this kind of a surface. So if they get going, you just have to calm yourself and check your nerves, because I think Bangladesh bowlers have got a decent attack. They've introduced another left-arm spinner. Remember, right-arm leg spinner Romana Ahmed comes back in this squad. So it's important they start well. I think, again, not in the batting department, but also in the bowling department. The first 6 over will be very crucial.
Well, you can always take a lead from your captain, as Sri Lanka did earlier today. And Nigar Sultana Jyoti is a big player now in a must-win game. We caught up with her a little while back.
We have some visible issue about our batting unit, because you know, whenever the batting unit doing well, then we able to reach our goal, or we able to win a game. So I'm looking forward to see how our batting unit doing well here. We couldn't play our best. See, this kind of service, when you are getting out in the power play and losing so many wickets, is pretty difficult for a team to build up. But still, I have faith in my team, so I know it was a very difficult time that we are going through. But if we could play as a team and play to our potential, and definitely we'll play good cricket here. I'm happy because of, the most two senior players are coming back again in the side, Janaral and Romana Ahmed, and the other players like Nahida, Rabea. So we have a varieties of bowlers and the all-rounders. So I'm really happy about the team combination. We won it in 2018. So after the last 2020-22, so we even couldn't reach the semi-final. I hope this is a very big opportunity for the team. Definitely before World Cup, it would be a very good preparation, and we can see how our team going on.
Well, she is such an important player for Bangladesh, and her own personal form. At least she got a score trying to weather a storm against Sri Lanka, is he?
She seems unflappable. She went out there, her team in all sorts of trouble, and she showed that just exactly what she can do. Hit at the back end of the innings because she had to leave it till then.
Just having a look at some key numbers for Nigar Sultana. It's the most runs, and she's got a wealth of experience for Bangladesh in T20Is. Are there others, though, Athar, who can step up? It can't be the captain alone.
Yeah, that's absolutely spot on, Marona, because we know that kind of pressure she was in the last match, knowing that the 4 wickets going down so quickly, so she had to hold fort at one end. And that's exactly her job was. It was made a little bit easier for her later on when Chona Akhtar laid down the order, came and smashed the cameo, nice little cameo of 25 in quick time. But it's about the top order. We always speak about top order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the ones who are going to need to score runs.
Yep.
First thing first, they need to bowl well, but then again, whatever the total is, we need to go and chase it nicely. So it's the top order will have to be at their best.
And their opposition cannot be taken lightly. Now, Isabel Joyce is a former Ireland captain, but she's got Thailand in her heart somewhere. She loves this team, and she remembers how good they were just in the last edition of this tournament. They had a 3-match winning streak, and it was a story of the Women's Asia Cup 2022, isn't it?
They are so good to watch, but they are missing 2 senior players. We talk about it ad nauseum, but huge players for them, Chaiwai and Chantham, not here. Other players need to step up. You look to the likes of Tipacha, the young captain, Buchatham, who didn't score runs last time out, always good with the ball, and Suthararang. They're the big players in the team. Are there youngsters that can come through and maybe make us remember their names, just like we remember that team?
Yeah, let's keep an eye out on key players. What was impressive was a win against Malaysia in spite of some of their senior players not in the squad. Koncharenkai was player of the match.
Kamchampu is going to be important, but Nataya Buchatham, we haven't really seen the best of her with bat in hand. I think she'll want to put her hand up because she's always so important with the ball.
They seem very relaxed, to be honest, Thailand, and they are batting first. Pakistan eased their way into the game against Nepal. Athar bowling first, perhaps for a team under pressure. Bowling first, in spite of what Jyoti said at the toss, may not be the worst thing.
Well, may not be, but we'll have to wait and see how Thailand goes around with the bat. Remember, starting a tournament with a win, not Bangladesh. They're coming in this match by losing the first match. So it's a bit of a pressure for Bangladesh, knowing that they cannot let their guard down. And if Thailand can somehow manage to score. Remember, the skipper says 150, but I'm still thinking 130, 140, whether it's possible or not. If it's possible, and if they get those many runs, then Bangladesh will be under some sort of pressure.
Yeah, well, that is the wonderful format of the Women's Asia Cup. Even after one game, we're at a virtual quarter-final. And tomorrow, we've got action for you with the defending champions who've barely put a foot wrong up against Nepal.
For us, it's pretty simple. Like I said, we are not very focused on which country we are playing. We're just focused on, okay, what is our game plan and how we can make sure we win the next game, win this game and then the next and then the next. So we're going to take it one game at a time. Whichever team is, we are very well prepared.
We are not here to participate. I think we are here to perform as well. So we will play our best game.
India are sitting pretty at the top of that points table. They're on 4 points. Now between Pakistan, Nepal and UAE, you can't discount UAE. They've got their game against Pakistan. One would think that Pakistan will now carry on with that momentum, but one might be wrong. It is Pakistan after all. Are we expecting the top 2 teams to stay like that tomorrow?
I think so, but UAE do have a chance. They get better throughout tournaments. We saw them improve from game 1 to game 2. is there a big opportunity for Isha Oza to stamp her authority and get UAE a win along with those young bowlers that she has in her attack?
Yeah, India-Nepal this time tomorrow, and the afternoon game before that is Nidadar's Pakistan. She's bowling in practice at least. She did not bowl yesterday, Athar.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shock for me not to see the skipper coming into the bowling attack. It's important for Pakistan team to realize the fact that when you have someone like Nidadar in the attack, you have to use her. I mean, I'm not pointing the fingers to anyone. I'm just pointing the fingers towards Nidadar because she is the skipper. So she should have bowled. But then again, having said that, if you're reading the conditions, it's important that you go in and do your best job, whether as a bowler or as a batter. But they will be under some sort of pressure, certainly.
It's lovely that the breeze picks up at this time. It's just been such good conditions for cricket. Now, Thipacha Putawong says 130. Is that a number that could keep Bangladesh slightly tricky?
Yeah, I think even 120. Thailand's bowling attack is their strength. They know the order they bowl in, Sutrang and Buchatham in particular. Those are the senior players. They were miserly last day out. So I think those two they'll look to, but also Thipacha, the left-arm spinner. And she's got plenty of opportunities and options to go to. So 120 could, 130, I think it's 50-50, 140 and Thailand win.
I think watch out for the spinners. You're talking about the newcomer who's just come in making debut, but don't forget about Nahida Akhtar, who picked up 3 wickets in that last match. She's 97 T20 international wickets, inching towards 100.
All right, Athar, Rizzi, thank you very much. Live action, Bangladesh versus Thailand, coming right up.
the Women's Asia Cup.
So I'm pretty much confident about it. If we could play as a team and play to our potential, and definitely we'll play good cricket here. If we get to play good cricket there and get a positive result, it will definitely boost our team.
Up and over. This is a good shot from the captain of Bangladesh.
We have motivation to get better to play in Asia Cup.
It is victory for Thailand yet again.
We are in Dambulla and a very historic place. That is the Rangiri Dambulu temple. So much in terms of culture in this beautiful part of Sri Lanka. And this is where the Women's Asia Cup 2024 is happening. We are live from Dambulla and at the Rangiri Dambulu Stadium. And coming up, Bangladesh versus Thailand, game number 8. Let's show you where the points are and where the teams are at the moment. Well, Sri Lanka is heading at an excellent net run rate, but Thailand with a good net run rate, and Bangladesh in 3rd place. Malaysia hasn't won a game as yet. So the toss happened a little while earlier, and it was the turn of Thailand that won the toss, and they had absolutely no hesitation in batting first. Right, so I got Marina next to me. What are your thoughts on Thailand, Marina?
Yeah, just one change. They've dropped their right-hand opener, Nana Pachanihan, who was decent. Brings in yet another off-break bowler, that is Sunitha Chaturangratnan, probably trying to strengthen their spin corridor.
Right, let's take a look at the Bangladesh team, and Atar Ali Khan with me. Your thoughts here, Atar?
As expected, a few changes here. They made actually 3 changes. In comes Murshida Khatun right at the top of the order, left-hander with a lovely season back home. And they've got back Romana Ahmed, the right-arm leg spinner, who's also very handy with the bat. And then there is a debutant, Sabina Kunjasim, the left-arm orthodox.
Right, an important game coming up for Bangladesh. And it's a must-win as far as they're concerned. It's a big name, Bangladesh, in Asian cricket. And very, very important that they get their act correctly in this game against Thailand. And some key players to watch out for Bangladesh. Experience. And Negar Sultana, Ritu Moni and Nahida Akhtar. Very, very experienced. So right, Atar Ali Khan caught up with Nahida Akhtar just a little while earlier.
Thank you for joining us, Nahida Akhtar, vice captain of the Bangladesh team. How's the feeling in the camp after that first match?
Alhamdulillah, we are confident about today's match. Yesterday match forgot it. We are looking forward to today's match.
Yeah, that's a good point that you make, that you really don't want to think too much about the last match. Have you seen what happened today earlier on between the Sri Lanka when they went on to post a really big total? This pitch looks a very good one. What do you think?
Yeah, we saw the match and I see the wicket also, but it is the flat wicket. If we good total, so we can chase.
Areas of concern in the power play, you struggled to score runs in that last match, you lost wickets. What have you been telling the team in the dressing room?
Yeah, we are a little bit concerned about our power play batting. So we are talking with our coach. Our coach will be supporting us, and we are looking forward today.
Yeah, your skipper, Negar Sultana Jyoti, has been scoring quite regularly, but she needs support from the others to make an impression in this match.
She always doing good. She always supporting us, and she always leading front. She always try to back up us, and we want to back up her because we know she is one of the best player in our team and in all also.
Right, all the best, and thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
That is Nahida Akhtar, the vice captain of the Bangladesh ladies. And as he said, some concerns, and they certainly need to up their game here against the Tigers, who has so far had a good tournament. They did beat Malaysia earlier on, and they won by 22 runs in a close game. Thailand will be delighted with that start to the Women's Asia Cup 2024. And this is a very big game that will, in all likelihood, determine that semi-final place. So Bangladesh will be keen and eager to ensure that they reverse tables on Thailand. And let's show you the key players here. Those are the ones, the captain, and indeed plenty of experience. And it's time now to hear from the Thai camp. And Athar Ali Khan was pretty busy, and he spoke to the coach, Nitish Salekar.
I'm here with Nitish Salekar, the head coach of Thailand team. Winning start is always a good feeling, really good win to start the tournament for you.
Yes, we have a young team, and first win on the board was a relief actually. With the certain areas that we can improve, fielding and bowling areas, but overall happy with the first win.
What are your strengths? We saw your team scoring 133. Would you say that batting is your main strength?
I think traditionally fielding and bowling were our strengths, but happy that our batting is coming through. Saying that, I think fielding and bowling, if we can catch up on that, it will be good.
Yeah, great opportunity for Thailand to put up a really good show here, because if another win here today for you can do wonders for you in this tournament.
Yes, definitely. We are looking forward to today's game.
And the players that you've been talking to, who are the ones who you think can put their hands up and put up a really good performance today?
Actually, Chandida Suttiruang is one of our main all-rounders. I think she's due for a big innings. She's batting well, and I think looking forward to her scoring runs.
All right, thanks for talking to us, and all the very best.
Thank you.
Well, that is the coach of Thailand, and they're very hopeful, as they say. And we are ready for this all-important game, Thailand versus Bangladesh. It is a beautiful sight, the Rangiri Dambulu Stadium. It's lit up. It is picturesque. We see the Thai batters coming out. Bangladesh fielders are already there. As I say, a very good evening to Marina Iqbal and Athar Ali Khan.
Good evening to you as well, Roshan, and everyone who's joined us for this great conflict. Both teams under pressure. Bangladesh needs that win, and Thailand probably would be motivated to place themselves in the semi-finals. It's not going to be an easy task for them against the Bengal Tigers.
Indeed, I think it's a big game for Bangladesh. Obviously, Bangladesh is the more experienced side. We just see the Thai batters. Natya, that is 89 games, 648. Not a great average, just 12. A strike of 74. And her partner, a non-striker. Well, that is Apisara. Just 9 matches. That's not just 4 runs so far. She hasn't really had a great outing. But other big game for Bangladesh.
Yeah, good evening everyone. Yes, very big game for Bangladesh, and they'll be hoping that they can make some early inroads. Remember, she mentioned in the toss that she wanted to bat first also. Thailand had no hesitation in deciding to bat first. Remember, 133, Marufa Akhtar is the one who's going to start the proceeding. 133, they went on to defend it.
Marufa Akhtar will open the bowling. And sometimes these tosses are good to lose, especially at Dambul. I'll tell you why after this ball, because we had the Lanka Premier League here. We had the second phase of the Lanka Premier League here, and most teams that chased won here because the pitchers tend to bind better with the cooler climate in the night. So I don't think Bangladesh will regret batting second. Anyway, let's see. Here's the first ball. Marufa to Buchathan. Buchatham on strike. That ball stayed down, didn't really bounce much.
Even from Bangladesh's perspective, I think if they know what the total is, they will be pretty more relaxed. Marufa Akhtar didn't had enough bounce, but got that angle going for her. I've watched her in Under-19 Women's World Cup, and she's got some serious talent. Got a long way to go.
From round the wicket. They swing. They swing. Good fielding at cover.
Yeah, Marufa Akhtar has picked up 18 wickets in T24 T20 International. That's Murshida Khatun, the left-hander, expected to open the innings. Important for them to get it right straight away, because you don't want to release the pressure. Now coming round the wicket to the left-hander, slip in place.
From round the wicket, Marufa. That time, that ball going the other way. The previous one swung back into the left-hander. This one left the left-hander. Well, Marina, you were out there taking a close look. What are your thoughts?
I think it's ideal for batting, but obviously anything short drop might hold up a little bit in the surface. Spinner will have a bigger task to play here, but runs are inevitable.
Yeah, we've already seen what this pitch has produced in the first match.
Oh, little chip. This will run away to the boundary. Not timed entirely well, but this is what this ground offers. The outfield is brilliant, and that's a boundary.
You know, one thing you can expect of Buchatam, anything on her strengths, she will put them away. And it was just coming back into the pads, helped with the swing, a lot of bottom hands coming into play. They'll take it any day.
Yeah, it's a little bit too full and a little bit onto the pads. It's a really good shot. Picking at the gap early on, restrictions in the field. It's a good shot to pick up the first boundary.
Play and a miss again. There is movement. But just on the pitch, just recently during the Lanka Premier League, these surfaces became even better in the night. When it becomes a little bit cooler, it holds the pitchers together. In the afternoon, I mean, it was not difficult, but we did see some cracks. But in the night, it just held on so well and lots of runs were scored. So yes, teams like to bat first, but I don't think batting second is going to be too much of a challenge here. Last ball of the over. This time there is a fielder. But they'll come for two. This is good running. So that's a good first over for Thailand. 6 without loss. Let's look at the Thai side. And what do you reckon here, Marina?
Yeah, they've got their work cut out with two of their consistent scoring batters out of the tournament. It was Nethakan Chantam and also Narumul Chaiwai. They were amongst this leading run scorer. But Buchatam, she has that talent and she's a fighter.
This is a package with plenty of experience. 97 wickets, 97 T20 wickets in 85 games. So that is a good record for Nahida Akhtar. From the far end, she's bowling to a slip. Left arm spin. Oh, she was late on that. She was deceived. That was nicely bowled. Keep an eye on that front foot. She hardly moved.
Yeah, she's the leading wicket taker for Bangladesh in T20 internationals. 97 wickets. Starts well. Bit of bounce, bit of turn, bit of grip.
I don't think Afisara, oh lucky again, just slicing it up easily. I don't think Afisara knew much about it the first two deliveries. The first one was a tentative push that she missed. Next one, Upish, again pushing, playing well away from his body and in front. She's been good. She's been on the money so far.
She has a pivotal role to play for Bangladesh and has in past. Nahida Akhtar, never easy to put away. Very clinical in her lines and length. Reads the game really well.
Yeah, 3 for 12 in that last match against Sri Lanka. The only wicket taker for Bangladesh, because they managed to only pick up 3 wickets. 4 overs, 3 for 12. That's excellent. And she started well here also.
Oh, bowled again, bowled. Again late on that shot. She was deceived by the flight. Comes across as a spinner who has a lot of good control. Nahida?
Yeah, one of her abilities to turn that ball. She's not afraid to give that flight. And even comes back with the arm as well.
Very good first over. It's a maiden. Thailand 6 without loss.
Yeah, they were pretty strong in the spin department, remember that, and by the look of that first over from Nahida Akhtar, it looks like that Thailand will struggle against spin. Important for Bangladesh to realize the fact straight away. The debutant gets an opportunity. Skipper from Bangladesh realizing the fact that Nahida Akhtar bowled a maiden. It's time to introduce the newcomer.
That's a poor delivery to start with. That will run away for 4. That's a gift. Not the best start for the debutant.
Yeah, just a freebie, a loose now. And Buchatam is too good to put these away. Steady presence with the angle, just helped it on its way. Never tried to hit it too hard. Knew exactly where the field was.
Yeah, just early nerves. Playing our first match on debut. All smiles in the dugout for Thailand.
Oh, that's better. That is better. Definitely there must be some nerve for sure on her debut. And this was earlier. This is the time when she was given the cap. A very proud moment for any sports person's life, and that is the vice captain Nahida Akhtar who does the honours.
And also the left arm, the senior pro. Oh, there's a mix-up. No danger at all.
Yeah, wrong end. She's not happy. You're shouting, keep us in, keep us in. Went to the non-striker's end. There's the reaction.
Yeah, just take a look at the confusion here. He ran the first run hard. She wanted the second, and very nearly and very correctly the skipper's calling for the ball, because it was there the opportunity was to try and run a batter out. Sopisar on strike. That's the one that comes in with the arm. You could see that from round the wicket, just looking to angle it back into the right-hander.
And she bowls that with some pace as well. It's very crucial for the batter to stay active and be quick.
Again, that's thrown up. There's not much turn, in fact no turn at all on this surface. These surfaces are very true and good. This is where the bowler's skill levels will be tested. Got the last ball coming up, over number 3. Again, you could see that it's a good delivery, a dot to end the over. 3 overs done, Thailand 11 without loss. Buchatam has been the run scorer as far as Thailand is concerned. She's made all the runs. Now that is close. That has to be close. She showed her bat. Now that is an interesting call. We need to take a look.
Much animated Jyoti. Looked pretty tight to me.
Certainly looked very, very tight to me. Unless there was a feather. I'm just wondering why. Just take a look. Oh, why was that not out? Over mid-on. She was reaching for it and fetched it from outside the off stump. It's a boundary.
Nia Buchudam has the ability to clear the infield. She's not going to hang out there. She loves to score. Couldn't really make a big innings in the previous game, but today is her game. Again, just reaching out, outside off stump, fetched literally, and had a good connection to beat the infield.
It's a good option playing with the spin. The field is inside the circle. Really good shot.
This is really good bowling. I'm impressed with this left arm spinner Nahida. Her control is very good. She tends to bowl wicket to wicket or round that off stump. This is that LBW appeal. If there was no bat, that has to be. To me, that looked dead. A line has been good. Everything around that off stump. Everything. This is experience for you.
Yeah, she can vary the pace, she can turn it, bowl with some flatter trajectory as well, not afraid to float the ball up. Got everything under her sleeves.
Great ball.
Very good over. 4 runs off it. 15 without loss. Pakistan versus UAE tomorrow at 1:30. We'll be live on air and the game starts at 2. That's another crucial game. UAE at the bottom of the table, but Pakistan needing to win. Pakistan, UAE, and then India. They play in the night's game. We're live at 6:30. They take on Nepal. So 2 big games coming up. India, Pakistan, powerhouses of Asian cricket will be in action yet again.
Got Marufa back. He's a decent bowler, obviously. He's still quite young. Got a decent run-up and a repeatable action too.
Look at the points table. India right on top. Very healthy run rate. Pakistan has a win and a loss. Oh, she gets that ball to come back a lot. Now this is the second delivery. That is some movement.
Yeah, she's back in the attack. Just a single over to the debutant. But the ability to swing the ball, it definitely, you can see from Marufa. Lovely release and just so very close to that outside part of the off stump. Coming back in quite sharply. So as a bowler, you need to just get it a little bit more tighter on stumps. Just get it a little bit closer on the off stump and you might be just in business. Slip in place.
She is getting that ball to swing. She is getting it to jack back at the right-hander. And her line has been very good so far.
Yeah, genuine swing bowler. It's just a matter of being consistent enough to pick those wickets. If you're not consistent, you at times fail to set up a trap for the batters.
Your final Apshara is off the mark. 12 deliveries for her first run. Hopefully she can get into a good frame of mind from here on, because from the other end, Uchadam has been brilliant. She's been outstanding with 15 deliveries. It just creates a little bit more pressure on the batter. Even though she's been among the runs, she knows that from the non-striker, the runs are not coming. So that just might put her in a bit of a bother here.
Off the edge. There is a fielder. I'm a bit surprised there was no slip with Marufa getting so much of movement against the left-hander. That would have been an interesting field position.
Especially for the left-hander, Buchatam, an important wicket for Bangladesh as well as Thailand. That's the general swing Marufa gets across the left-hander. You need to take wickets, you need to have the field right.
This is not a bad start for Thailand. Slip was taken off, and then that shot that went through the slips.
That's a wide. She was expecting it to swing from there. It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't really moves like that. She was starting around the off stump and getting the ball to swing back. She was going a little bit wider, searching for more swing back into the right-hander, but that time it's just held its line. Ashan Tilakaratne, the Sri Lankan, former Sri Lankan captain, now the head coach of the Bangladesh ladies. That is swinging down the leg side. That is definitely going down the leg side.
Don't forget the fact that Thailand did manage to pick up a win against Pakistan in an Asia Cup. So they'll be thinking in that direction. Yes, they've not won a single match against Bangladesh so far, but certainly this is not a bad start at all. Yes, they're drifting down the leg side. There is movement, enough movement for Marufa.
She is moving it around. It would be ideal if she could just hold one delivery, get one delivery to hold its line, but not to be again. You could see that swinging delivery. So 5 overs done. Thailand 18 without loss.
Still without a wicket. Bangladesh, big game for them. Contrasting starts for the two openers. Buchatam, 3 boundaries, run a ball 16. And a real curveball thrown our way with who came out to bat with her. And Aphisara Suwanchonrathi, Jessamine with her second over. Last over of the power play. How can Buchatam make the most of it? Attempts a slog sweep. There are 2 fielders back there. Single that'll bring Aphisara on strike. Someone who played in the last game. And someone who's been trusted with the responsibility to open with Natya Buchatam. Likes her left-handed power hitting openers, doesn't she, David Warner? Doesn't mind David Beckham either. Likes her Davids as well. Now on Aphisara, Isabel Wong, Isabel Joyce. 2 innings batting at number 11, opening today. All yours.
Well, as a former number 11 myself, I feel well placed to speak about this. It is a surprise to go from 11 to opening. I'll give you that. I had to work my way up. Didn't get shunted up like this. But T20 cricket, maybe there's something, they know something we don't.
You just put yourself up after they made you captain. I haven't been in the box with you for so long, I forgot your name. My apologies, Izzy.
Forgiven already, of course, best friends. Well, I'm not sure that it paid off. 2 from 15 for Aphisara. It's not been easy going for her. Not a lot of foot movement. That's always the first thing to go when the nerves come in. She needs to try and find a way. A few little shuffles to the side of the pitch. Do something. Maybe step to the offside for the left arm spinner. See, can you get a boundary? Just do something different.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm sure they took a punt here, because they have batters who are in form, and they've left out Chaihan, who debuted in the last game and considered a top order batter, opening batter, gave her just 1 game. There has to be some thinking. And Aphisara, who didn't bowl either. That's better. And that's what she needed to do more of right away. It's come late, but better than never. It's a first boundary for Aphisara.
Well, talk about the footwork, and she's finally got that front foot moving. Big step towards the ball. It was full, it was in the arc, but having seen her batting so far, we didn't know that she had this in her. Sweet timing off the bat, and great placement as well. Great carry with the wind. It's forced a change in the field.
It's the first boundary of Aphisara Swanchon Rathi's international career. Seven is not bad to finish the power play. 25 without loss. It's a power play that Thailand seen contrasting fortunes, but the openers are still there. Buchatam made the most of some loose balls. Jasmine on debut started nervously. This is perhaps a half chance, so maybe more if the throw would have gone to the right end. Just in the last over, that'll make her feel a lot better. Koncharenka is in good form, player of the match in the last game. Yeah, one of standard answers you hear from T20 sides when they unexpectedly promote someone, as umpire Hidja confirms power play is over and Rabia Khan will be introduced. So we're trying to lengthen our batting lineup, trying to lengthen the batting order.
Well, the people behind will say you're taking overs away from us. That's what it looks like right now. The leg spinner starts right on the money. We've seen different types of leg spinners today. This is another type, out the front of the hand. Comes onto you a little bit more quickly than you think. Does turn it slightly. It's more about the nagging length and lack of pace. Turning into the left-hander, Buchatam has found it easier with the types of spinners she's faced so far, it has to be said.
It's good work. We're outside the power play, but there's still no one back on the offside for Rabea. It's put highly avoidable situation that Buchatam finds herself in. She's 19 or 20. It's unnecessary pressure. She's one of the key batters in this side. Feel for Aphisara, but I think she either had to come out with the license, go hard. If she loses her wicket, you have batters to come. Now she has to build and catch up. An innings that usually is a burden of a specialist batter.
I couldn't agree more. And when it comes to moving your order around, we almost touched on it the other day. This one just kept away from her. When you've got 3 or 4 people padded up, as Thailand generally do, you're dreading the coach's hand on the shoulder, saying you're moving down. It's in the air chance, and it hasn't paid off for Thailand. Aphisara, well, it's been tortured for her. 6 from 19. Looked to get her innings going after that boundary in the previous over, but just couldn't get the ball away. Taking the outside edge, an easy catch and extra cover. Bangladesh, should they have kept her in? But they've got her out, so they've lost their first, 26 for 1.
Yeah, Shaun Akhtar with the catch at cover. Aphisara's unexpected promotion does not deliver the desired results. Bangladesh have their first. Rabia has her first. 26 for 1. Now this is the partnership that Bangladesh would have thought about. Key batters in the opposition. Nataya Buchatam's there and she's set. And Nanapat Koncharenkai, 40 of 35. Impactful innings against Malaysia. We need these two now to just bat for a decent amount of time in the innings. And immediately respect shown to the form. You have more fielders out. She was almost like she was ready to load up and loft and then changed her mind. This is the wicket. Papisara, simplest of catches, just didn't look like she found any rhythm. And that is the result of the pressure. Koncharankai, player of the match in the last game, cleaned up for naught in this one. Thailand lose 2 very quickly.
Excellent delivery. The wrong shot played. Pitched on leg, took middle and leg. I think Sultana Jyoti might have worn a bail in the rib here. Yeah, the ball came up off the stump, so it's not comfortable, but she'll be okay, especially since the second wicket is down. It's the danger player, Koncharenkai. Sweep shot might have been a better option because of the line, but she's got to go back. Cricket, the great leveller, goes from 40 to 0. 0 from 2, Thailand 26 for 2.
Well, they continue to shuffle people around in the batting order. Anita Maya at 5 in the last game. That's a promotion, 1 position. It was the captain who walked out at 4 against Malaysia. And a significant over for Bangladesh and Rabea. Double strike just makes that score, deflates it, and that's the problem when you don't start well. Even if you're wicketless, an over like that, innings hasn't really gone anywhere. It's a return for Rumana Ahmed as well, the Bangladesh side, and she has ball in hand.
Well, this leg spinner's gone so well. That one in particular she'll have been pleased with. They've gone for a second leg spinner. It's the returning Rumana. Oh, chance through. Oh, it would have been a sharp chance. You need those ones to stick. It didn't. So the bit of luck goes the way of Thailand. Won't go all the way. Really well chased down there by Marufa Akhtar, one of the best fielders. But that will please Rumana Ahmed because the chance was there.
Yeah, 1 of 3 changes to Nigar Sultana Jyoti's side today. Experienced campaigner. She came very close to her wicket. There is some turn on offer. There's a bit of a chuckle from behind as well.
I think if she'd been playing on a different day, she would have bowled from the other end because of the drift, but the wind has really died down here. A little bit straighter that time, so steered leg side. It'll just be a single, you think. Yeah, she gets a lot of drift. That's probably her main skill when she's bowling. Gets a little bit of turn on occasion, but it's more about for a right-hander that it comes into you before maybe straightening up. For the left-hander, we saw the danger there, the one that doesn't turn. As it cools down, good to see some support in, even if it's not the home team playing this evening. Coming in, getting an ice cream. A balmy evening here in Sri Lanka.
Completely stumped. Not literally, but Panita Maya saw this turn right past her. Classical leggy. She received high praise from the chief selector Sajad Ahmed. Kept her fitness in spite of being out of the side for a year. And she started well on her return to national colours. 29 for 2 Thailand. double strike for Abhay in her last over. She is a threat. A threat that Thailand will have to find a way to negate, and interesting to see what the impact of the 2 wickets and runs drying up has on well set Buchatham. She's still going to play her shots. I think it was deliberately just picked up into open space. Might have aimed for 2. Hit it too well to the fielder at long on.
Well, Maruf Akhtar, a very good fielder right there. They've got the right fielders in those 2 key areas at long on. We've Shorna Akhtar as well. The 2 youngsters are given the duties of patrolling the boundaries. I do think for these 2 leg spinners it might be the case to just start thinking about the sweep shot. Difficult to play down the ground with the lack of pace. Fielders out on the leg side. Very straight mid-wicket. Square leg just behind, I think. Yep, there they are, the 2 out there. Lots of space into the leg side. If you can maybe bat on off stump and be brave, you could get your reward. Everyone in on the off side.
Yeah, Vanita Maya, I think this promotion is well deserved. Handy knock, 28 in the last game. Supported Koncharenkai, put out in a partnership of 48 of 42. She's coming this time to replace Koncharenkai. She has to do the same with Buchatham.
The problem with facing the spinners from Bangladesh, and the same with Pakistan, Sri Lanka and India in fact, is that once you let them bowl at you, you're in trouble. You have to try and take the game to them because they have all the variations.
On cue, but there is a fielder in the deep, it falls short. Murshida Khatun does well. Went at it aggressively, but it was never going to carry, in spite of the assistance of the wind in that direction.
You're good to see, got in line. That was important because there is the spinner there. You're afraid of the stumping as well. That fielder in the end very well placed. I was thinking she was a bit straight, but nearly went right into the waiting hands.
That is a really, really smart shot. There's no one back, bit of width offered, and that is exactly the kind of counter-attacking approach that they need to adopt against Bangladesh's spinners. Over comes to an end with the boundary, 35 for 2. Boundary of the last ball will just make both batters feel a bit better. Runs had dried up. Thailand showed great enterprising batting in the last game. They were busy.
They also ran really well. That hasn't been an option so far today. They haven't been able to run their 2s, especially since Afisara couldn't get off strike. That was probably where they lost out in the power play. She'd been able to even push it into the gaps, maybe run 2s for her partner. That's, well, we were talking off air, weren't we, just about how difficult Rumana Ahmed is to face. And it might look a little bit easier on screen than it is out in the middle, I can tell you, because the lack of pace is what does you, and the dip. She gets right over the top. She has lots of change-ups. She'll just drop them in here and there, but it's her stock ball that's the problem, because with the lack of pace, she also gets revs over the top of the ball. That creates the dip, and that's where you usually lose out.
There is protection there. Yeah, Rumana Ahmed has earned her call back to the side. Bangladesh went down 5-0 to India at home. She took 17 wickets in this season's Dhaka Premier Division Women's Cricket League, and it's what's earned her the call-up at an important time. Home World Cup on the horizon. There's a cry for catch it. They're going to play their shots, which is good to see. This is where Bangladesh must further be smart, take their catches if they come. For now, they've had their boundary riders positioned quite well. No real release shots. There was the one boundary, but it was well placed.
Well, for the captain behind the stumps, it's nice to have a veteran back who knows exactly where she wants her fielders. She can relax for a few overs, focus on her keeping, because the bowler's really been moving everybody around for her.
Yeah, I think it's pertinent what you say, because I don't think Nigar Sultana Jyoti's been this quiet in an over. She's like, yeah, I know. This one knows what she's doing. Conserve my energy. She invites the batter down the track. She's interested. As Romana, she keeps the keeper interested as well. Halfway stage, Thailand 38 for 2. As it's time for drinks.
.38 for 2. Bangladesh will be the happier of the two teams at this stage. They've kept Thailand down to a very manageable run rate. Let's take a look at the highlights of the first 10 overs.
Well, it's been slow going for Thailand. Buchatham has been there since the beginning. Anything loose, she did send away to the boundary, but it's been pretty much singles and twos. It was on almost run out, but they managed to keep themselves clean for the first 6 overs. No wickets down. There's one boundary before this happened for the new opening batter. She didn't do very well at the start, Suwan Chanrati. And then following that, the big scorer from last game, Koncharenkai, was out second ball. Since then, they've had to try and deal with 2 leg spinners, one from each end. Rabia Khan and Rumana Ahmed have been bowling excellent lines and lengths. 2 wickets for Rabia Khan. As soon as she came into the attack, she's been a handful.
It's a good comeback for Bangladesh. Remember, Thailand were well placed at 25 without loss after the end of the power play. Ritu Moni, right arm medium pacer in the attack. But the next 4, 13 for 2. So they've come back strongly, and they've restricted Thailand to a mere 38 in the first 10 overs. Interesting bowling change. It was the spinners who are among the wickets who have been turning the ball, and there's a bit of a grip for the spinners, but they feel that yes, Ritu Moni can do the job here.
Ritu coming on, wicketkeeper standing up, and just on the Another observation you make on the Thai innings is that Buchatham has made 28 of 27. So out of 60 legal deliveries, the balance 33 balls have yielded just 10 runs. So that's where the problem is. The problem has been at the other end. Buchatham has looked good. She's knocked the ball into gap. She's scored at better than a runner ball. And she gets a wicket on the first ball. What a change. What a start to her. Ritu strikes. Thailand now 38 for 3.
She's such a clever bowler. The length that she bowls Ritumoni, she tends to get the ball to nibble around, bowls a difficult length. He can't come forward or back, and nowhere go the feet. Goes between bat and pad, and Thailand in real trouble now. 3 down. First ball outside the drinks break has yielded a wicket for Ritumoni. We didn't see her last game. Where was she? She's happy with it. 3 from 12. Thailand 38 for 3.
Chanita Sutiruang is the new batter. Plenty of experience. 90 games, a strike rate of 92, which is very good. The average is under 15. She carries a lot of experience. Joins Buchatham. Sutiruang is the new batter. Ritumoni has got a wicket of the very first delivery. She's bowled. Slip in. Finds the field at short extra cover.
When you look at that average for Sutiruang, this is why she's in. Just a little gap between bat and pad. Front foot just didn't go anywhere. You're disappointed to be dismissed like that as a batter. She should have done better. Even just a big step on a forward defence would have been better.
It's a good bowling change as a skipper when you bring in a new bowler and she strikes first ball. You got to give it to Jyoti, deciding to bring the bowler Ritumoni in the attack. I think important for Buchatham to have a bit of a chat at this stage of the game for Thailand, because you need to define your role as a batter. She's the one who's scoring the bulk of runs. She's well set and she's holding forward at one hand. So what is she expecting from someone like who just come on to bat? That's what she has done. 22 wickets, economy of under 6 runs in an over. You want to see the batter who just come on to bat to look for singles, get Buchatham on strike. I think that's what they would be expecting her to do.
Instead, she's looking to blast the bowling and she gets it away. Throw me down for 4. Horizontal bat, but very effective. Went wide of mid-on. Ritumoni swinging the ball back into the right-hander, so she dragged it. Look how she drags it from outside the off stump. Gets it wide of mid-on. This outfield gives you value.
Well, she started out very much as a lower order batter. Sutiruang had an injury in 2021, focused on her batting, and she's moved up the order. That's why the average looks the way that it does. She's now an out-and-out all-rounder. Long on goes back because she does like to hit to the leg side.
Last ball coming up. Wants a single. There was a stutter. And eventually they'll get the single. So 5 runs and a wicket for Ritumoni. 43 for 3. 11 done. Coming up, Pakistan versus UAE tomorrow, live at 1:30 local time. Game starts at 2. And then another big game in the evening. We'll be live at 6:30 with the game starting at 7. India taking on Nepal. So 2 big games coming up tomorrow. And at the moment, it's Thailand versus Bangladesh. Thailand 43 for 3. Not a very impressive run rate. Bangladesh spinners have been very good. They have certainly spun a web around Thai batters. This is a left arm spin of Nahida coming on. Her figures are amazing. She's bowled 11 dots into the third over, just conceded 5 runs.
Well, I still remember her from my time, so that's how long she's been around. Nahida Akhtar had plenty of battles with her. She's a canny character. Not for 5 from 2.1. She was best bowler by a long shot last time out. So she's 4 overs as a captain. 99 times out of 100 you can bank on. And look at her, she's setting her own field. So 2 bowlers at least in the lineup that can set their own field. The captain can relax a little bit. Not that she really ever does.
The left hand on strike.
She made her debut way back in 2015. Nahida Akhtar, still around. And she's been good. She's been very impressive. She's the leading wicket taker in T20 International. Shy the stumps, good running. Overthrows. Again, wrong end. She was way out. Throw would have been a much better option. She decided to throw at the keeper's end.
Bangladesh will have to be mindful of these extra runs. They ran that first run hard. The throw was wide. And then, not proper backing up. Again, the wrong end. Look at the keeper's end. She's struggling. Bochatham would have been run out by quite a distance had the throw gone into the keeper's end. And she's been good, hasn't she? She has swept well. She's chipped well over mid-wicket. She's gone through the offside. We've seen a reasonable repertoire from Bochatham. 31 of 29 with 4 fours.
One of her problems is that she can be down the other end for such a long time. Then you've got to get yourself in again. It's like she's constantly having to play herself in because her partner's struggling to score. She also knows that this whole innings centres on her, so she can't be too expansive. So it's just frustrating for her, but she's doing pretty well considering the state of the game.
Sutirwang on a strike to face the left arm spinner. Nahida. Oh, well bowled, very well bowled. That's a very good length. What has impressed me with the Bangladesh spinners, maybe with the exception of the debutant's first delivery, that was a full toss, but otherwise their control has been excellent. They bowled a lot of dot balls. Nice use of the feet, very nice use of the feet, but good cover. There is a fielder on the boundary.
The wickets Nahida against Sri Lanka, where she picked up 3 of the 4 overs that she bowled. Very economical, and then the last one that picked the catch of her own bowling. Not among the wickets so far. Pretty economical. It's been a good over for Thailand.
Just a touch short. They want a second, but they'll be happy with 1. 5 off the over. 49 for 3. We got a few people who have turned up to watch the games to support the Women's Asia Cup. Don't forget, the gates are free. So we'll have some people that turns up at Tambul all the time.
I liked the look of that hat. We need those in Ireland. That's what I can buy in Sri Lanka, a winter hat.
I think we need one in the commentary box.
Roshan, you need to make sure that she gets the hat before she leaves. Again, tucked off his legs.
I will certainly make sure that you have one. 50's up into the 13th over. Bangladesh should be very pleased with their effort, particularly the bit after the power play where they've got amongst the wickets. They've bowled some very economical deliveries. Run rate has picked up just a little bit, but still 50 for 3 in the 13th over represent a good bowling effort by Bangladesh.
This is a nice little partnership here. Again, misfielding. 13 of 13. We didn't see this earlier on because after the power play they were struggling to rotate strikes, struggling to score runs, and in the meantime they also kept on losing wickets. So this is good from Thailand.
What those first 12 overs do though is even if they can get 70 off the last 8, it's still only 120, so they go at their absolute best, and it's a very chaseable target for Bangladesh, and it'll take a lot for Thailand to even get there.
Yeah, I think the key would be Buchatham. If she can hang on to last and play as deep as possible, then you talk about 120, maybe 130, very much a possibility. Remember, wickets will turn the game in Bangladesh favour. But that's exactly what Thailand will need to look forward to. 3 runs in the first 3 deliveries. Bowl it! Absolutely brilliant, right in the middle. That's exactly what they didn't want to see. But Riddhi Moni has cleaned up another one.
That's clever bowling, pace off, and certainly got the batter playing early. If you look at it again, she was deceived. This was really clever bowling. There you are, you could see that she was through with the shot, and that was cleverly bowled. So they strike at vital stages. Bangladesh. Thailand loses another wicket. Suti Ruang out for 8. They're 52 for 4. They're enjoying themselves. Nice to see young kids, especially girls, coming to watch women's cricket, and that will inspire them, obviously. And Kyoto, is that the right pronunciation? Kyoto. Well, it's challenging sometimes to pronounce these names, but we'll try. Kyoto is the new batter. 52 for 4 in the 13th over. This is good bowling. This is really good bowling. Another look at that wicket.
Well, she held it cross seam, and I'm pretty sure Ritu Moni, this one has landed on the slippery surface. It hasn't landed on the seam, so it's just skidded through and just rolled the fingers over ever so slightly. She bowls stump to stump, that's the key.
Single down to deep mid wicket. They'll be, oh, they want to. They want to. The throw was a little bit wayward. For a moment it looked only a single. This is good running. 13 done. 54 for 4.
She's bowled well, Ritu Moni. Couple of wickets. She's gone for 10 runs on 2 overs, but it's about the wickets. That's exactly why she was introduced in the attack.
Coming up, Pakistan versus UAE. That happens tomorrow, live at 1:30. Game starts at 2. And then India, they take on Nepal. What a team India has looked so far. Again, that game starts at 7. Will be live at 6:30. So 2 really good games to look forward to in this Women's Asia Cup 2024. We're going to see leg spin continued. Rabia. Oh, that's a poor return. That's a poor return. She's not happy. And no surprises that the captain's not happy.
Well, I'm not surprised she came back for two here, Anitra. But Buchatham wasn't expecting it, so centre back. The throw so poor, didn't reach her at all. Marshida Khatun back into the team. Her captain's not happy. That's not what you want to do on your recall into the 11. You don't want to give anyone an excuse to leave you out again. She'll have to do well with bat in hand instead.
You made a really good point in the previous over, Isabel, regarding where the balls have been bowled in terms of attacking the stumps. And the matches that we have seen so far, once they get it right, once the bowlers can bowl stump to stump, it's difficult. Difficult to pick up singles, difficult to play a big shot. One of the things that they need to understand that if they can do that on a consistent basis, they will be able to apply a little bit more pressure onto the batters. And I'm sure the coaching staff, the think tanks will be discussing this over and over again in the dressing rooms, in the nets.
That time that didn't turn. That went possibly, she was attempting maybe a flipper or a wrong one, went straight through. When the umpire's not happy, she's not happy. I think she was talking to the captain, Jyoti. She bowls very good leg breaks. Again, what has impressed me, the Bangladesh spinners, are the control. Especially wrist spinners, never easy to control.
Really impressive lines and lengths. Just back to the umpire, I think she's not happy because the support staff for Bangladesh shouting on too many instructions. You're not allowed to shout on from the side, it has to be the captain.
Swung away on the leg side, should keep it down to a single. You wouldn't mind it. I mean, singles at this stage won't hurt, but Bangladesh are after wickets. That run rate is hovering around 4 and a little bit more than 4. I don't think Bangladesh will be worried too much about that run rate. They don't want it to pick up and go to around 5 or 5.5. Bowled! That's a wrong one. Went through. Clever bowling. I don't think she picked it.
Well, there's nothing a leg spinner likes more than getting a wicket with their change-up. I much prefer it to the actual leg spinner. It's been excellent bowling. 3 wickets now. Did not read it. Went between. Another batter goes with the ball going between bat and pad. Just the slider, I think, right over the top. Looks to go leg side. That's been the undoing for a number of Thailand batters, and the latest to go, Kyoto. Suwan and Kyoto goes for 3 from 5, 57 for 5 Thailand.
.57 for 5 Thailand. Laomi is the new batter. Again, experience, but that average, that's what worries. Average is under 10, 6.64. I don't think it will inspire Thai batters to have somebody coming in at number 7, averaging 6.64, but they got Buchatham at the other end. Now that's the saving grace as far as they're concerned. Oh, that turned.
Well, what you've got to remember, well, 14 overs, we'll get back to that. Thailand 57 for 5.
Pakistan versus UAE. That's the first game tomorrow. Live at 1:30. Game starts at 2. Plenty action expected in that game. Pakistan taking on UAE. Another big clash. And then, of course, India. Well, the tournament favourites, they take on Nepal. And live at 6:30 for that game. And the game starts at 7. The big games coming up tomorrow in the Women's Asia Cup 2024 at the Rangiri Dabulu Stadium in Dabulla. So Romana starts off a single off the first ball.
It really is stunning here in Dambulla. That's the points table. Pakistan got their first win yesterday. That will have pleased them, no doubt. They face UAE tomorrow, India against Nepal. That's the second game. So the two big guns in that group looking for their wins. But here, Thailand in trouble. Good placement that from Naomi. She gets off the mark, and just have to remember with her average, she's a leg spinner. She's an out and out bowler, has been playing for a long time. She's coming in at 7 because of this. That was the slider drawn into the shot, looking to play across the line. And they are missing their two top batters. You take those two out and everyone else has to move up. So that's why Naomi's in at 7.
What is Buchatam's role? She is almost stranded, 37 of 35. She's been a spectator at the non-strikers and watching wickets tumble. 5 wickets down in the 15th over. Not enough runs to challenge the opponents at the moment. They were talking of 150 at the toss. This is a good shot, very good shot, but they are our fielders. Just a single. Bangladesh skipper has got that field right.
Yeah, she's coming back in the team, Romana Ahmed, after a while. The last time she played for Bangladesh was way back in 2023. 26 matches in between, she missed out. Oh, that should have been hit for a boundary. And it is. Yep, it's a loosener. Gets the treatment.
A boundary after some time, and a welcome boundary for Thailand. They needed to release the pressure. It was building. This is a poor delivery. This is really a poor delivery from Romana. Well, I think she missed it. It slipped out of her hand. And it just lobbed. That's better. That is better. 15 done. Thailand 64 for 5.
Into the last 5 we go. It's an auspicious day a few days back in this part of the world, the full moon. Quite a few changes. Can Buchatam go full throttle now? She's been the batter who's batted right through the innings and has still picked it up a little bit. Run rate in excess of 4. 130 is what the captain said she'd be happy with. To Marina Iqbal at the toss. Marina's here now.
Yeah, Buchatam had to play that anchor role. Wickets were falling from the other end. Managed to keep on rotating strike. Hasn't fully unleashed herself because she knew how important her wicket is. If they want to keep on scoring runs.
Pretty content Bangladeshi dugout. Important game this for them.
One thing you can find in contrast when we talk about the different techniques, different geographical locations, when there are tropical teams playing, you would see them struggling on the front foot. They are more frequent scoring off the back foot, and one of the reasons is there because it rains more frequently there. The scale of their practices is mostly on cemented surface or either indoor. So the instinct and the second nature is play off the back foot. They struggle on coming to the front foot. So these are the things you can pick, especially against Thailand and Malaysia, where it rains frequently. They wouldn't have an opportunity to play more often outside. So when there's more bounce, you tend to be playing freely off the back foot, and you will struggle hugely onto the front foot, and that's one thing with opposition can exploit.
They trust themselves to react to the back foot. Also, I guess, lack of pace of opposition bowlers factor. So even if they end up finding themselves back to a fullish length ball, lack of pace allows you to just get out of that. Certainly more skillful Asian bowlers.
Even that one was a little fuller. Just try to work it on the onside. Again there, fuller length, no footwork. And whenever there's slight bit of chance, even at the hard length, they would prefer to go off the back foot and score run. That skidded on, stayed low. So most of the, if you look at their scoring region, it would be off back foot. They're comfortable. Not much turn when you practice indoor or on a cement track. Even when you're playing off the front foot, the bounce is even and equal. So opponents, whoever plays against mostly Thailand or Malaysia, can keep that thing in mind.
And to Bangladesh's credit, they have tested them enough on that fullish length. If you have a bad day and you start bowling short, go back to Thailand's success at the last Women's Asia Cup, they were helped with the opposition either not planning for them or not bowling. They were bowling to their strengths. I think now everyone's taken note of Thailand. Can't take them lightly. 3 wins in the last game. Big result against Pakistan, and they are a team that aren't taken lightly across the sphere of women's cricket. I think Jyoti just had a slight issue with injury, but she seems all right now. That'll be in the gap. Fielder has work to do. It's a good outfield. And Laumi has her second 4. Perhaps she will just shift gears now.
Yeah, for me, these are free runs. Bangladesh now are leaking. They need to close this innings pretty close, pretty neatly. Outside off stump, asking to be hit, and anyone at this level will throw the bat. Exactly what Laumi has done. Picked up a gap and a boundary. And I'm sure Jyoti would be animated. She's not happy already this evening. That's why, hence the word.
Yeah, just 2 unnecessarily loose balls. Mana in the last over, full toss that just got Laumi going, and this was short and wide after the break. Jyoti needs to perhaps just wake everyone up. I can understand why she's a bit more quiet if she is dealing with some kind of discomfort. It has gotten quieter from a Bangladesh front. It's 70 for 5. They should be well and truly on top and trying to either bowl the opposition out or restrict them to score below 100. More free runs here for Thailand. This has just been an untidy period of play from Bangladesh.
Yeah, the bigger teams would love to close in pretty quickly. 75 down already. Last 5 overs, you don't want to give any momentum whatsoever to Malaysia. Not that Bangladesh cannot chase it, but as a bowling unit, as a fielding unit, you would like to dominate till the last ball.
That was a terrific bit of bowling, but what should have been nothing is going to be 2. Slight hesitation, but the second was always on.
It seems like Jyoti might be struggling with her right hand, and she's been put under test again and again. It's moving towards the left. That's why she missed that line.
They actually do have Dilara Akhtar in this team who can take the gloves if required. You can, in case Jyoti wants to go off the field and get some treatment. For now, it's a productive over. 11 off it, a really good one for Thailand. 75 for 5. 11 of that last over, the best of the innings, as this partnership is now in good time reached 18, where Sulipon Laumi, the new batter, has got 13 of those. So Buchatam's going to welcome this, where another batter's come in, been busy from the start and pushed the scoring on.
Yeah, she needed some support on the other end. Buchatam probably has in mind that she will take and bat till deep as possibly as she can. Laomi on the other and 9 deliveries face 14.
71 minutes, she's been there a while. And that partnership of 26, she dominated that because Afisara just could not get going. This is a crucial 4 overs now. If Thailand can get 30, 35, maybe more if these two stay. I think first they'll like to see out the threat of Rabea, who's been the standout bowler. You know, her team is not making her life any easier. Poor old Nigar Sultana Jyoti. You know, she's got a slightly... She's got some slight issues with the gloves. Just throw it in easy, girls, but no. Just fire it in.
It doesn't help if you're captain and the keeper. Always proactive, animated whenever I see her. Wants the best out of the girls. Yeah, talking about Buchatam, probably smart batting from both of them. Not trying to overcharge Rabia. Just nudging around for those singles.
And that last ball is also more evidence of Rabea knowing what she needs to do, tosses it up and invites them to play off the fuller length, where clearly they're not as happy. Now, Chamariyatapattu and players of higher quality, they just use and pick up that length or sweep hard like Harmanpreet Kaur does. And these batters, it's in an area of discomfort. It's 2 balls to go in her spell. And she has another. That's the big one. Rabea has had a huge impact in this game with ball. And Buchatam, who was there from the beginning, is now gone.
Buchatam putting all the hard yards in. Fought till the end, but just not the right shot selection. It was turning for Rabia, who was always meant to come back in, trying to guide it towards the third. Missed it, but not Rabia. A hard-fought innings for Nataya Buchatam on 40. Thailand 6 down on 78.
Just not the wicket they wanted to lose. Set batter, Buchatam gone. Now Rosanan Kano. Try and get the best for Thailand. If she gets anywhere close to 20, that's decent effort. Just 19 balls to go. Rabea has been excellent. 4 for 13. Best figures in the tournament so far. And Rosanan Kano doesn't care about that. That is a fine spell by Rabea. 4 for 14, Thailand 79 for 6.
That's the beauty of having leg spinners. Length was perfect, line was perfect, just enough turn to hit that off stump. Rabea got some potential, still a long way for her to learn.
Yeah, really good from Rabea Khan. In fact, we've seen the top 2 performances today. Shashini Gimani in the earlier game. Full again from Jasmine on debut. Yeah, it's a nice splash of colour on that best figures list for the tournament. Rabea from Thailand, Shashini Rabia from Bangladesh, Shashini, of course, Sri Lankan.
Ball, good ball.
Oh, that actually might find the gap. It almost did. Took the efforts of both those fielders in the deep. Shorna missing it initially. And Ritu cleaning up.
They've ran well, the Thai batters. Any opportunity provided to pick a second, they went for it, even though boundaries weren't pouring in.
There's another, a first wicket for Jasmine in international cricket. Bit of a muted celebration given the state of the game, but she'll remember that just the same. And Laumi was looking dangerous.
Chopped on. It was outside off stump, way fuller to play that square drive. Trying to slam it down for the under edge and onto the stumps. Another one gone down for Thailand. There'll be a happy camp. A long agonizing walk for Laomi, gone on 17, 82 for 7 Thailand.
There's an opportunity for another. And she has 2 and 2 now. Sabikun Nahar Jasmine doubles her international wickets tally. She will now be on a hat-trick.
Thailand's struggle with the fuller delivery continues. The smart bowling, tossed it up nicely, inviting her to go big, and she does, but doesn't find the connection. It's nothing much of a delight for bowlers. Grabbing a catch on her own bowling. Monisha gone on tuck, 8 down for Thailand on 82.
Well, she's put herself way down the batting order, the Thai captain. Hipacha Putawong batted 4 against Malaysia. She's in now, the penultimate batter. She will face the hat-trick ball. And Jyoti has given her debutant a slip, short cover, short mid-wicket. Jasmine, hat-trick ball on debut. What she did not give her is a short fine leg. That is what she needed.
There's only few places you can place the fielders. I don't think anyone was expecting that slog. But brilliant bowling, use of good conditions, some consistent lines and lengths.
She's got 1 ball in her spell. She'd be thrilled. Wicketless in her first 3 overs. She'd love to finish with some, and she nearly had 3 in 4, if not 3 in 3. But that'll make her feel so much better about her international debut. Jasmine bowls out, 2 for 28. Thailand 84 for 8. And brought into the side, Sabikun Nahar Jasmine, the 27-year-old left arm spinner. And a couple of wickets to finish things off. Sulipon Laumi and Onicha Konchampu first ball. So takes her first catch. That's a great story because she's been handed a debut cap at 27. So she's not the youngest. Number of the players in the squad picked from the under-19s. It's always a special feeling when you get your first international cap just a bit later. Tend to sense whether the dream will ever be realized. And it has been today in Dambulla for Jasmine. It'll be in the gap. Shorna Akhtar, the ball has followed her around. They've gone for 2. There should not have been 2 in that. There shouldn't definitely be 3. And that will be a wicket. Just a comedy of errors as far as the running goes. Umpire Silva will go upstairs. That is just chaos running from Thailand. We're going to have to look at this, but just what we saw real time. They should have been happy by just nicking two where there was one, and the overthrow was just not on. Those bruised hands of Nigar-Sultana Jyoti making no mistake. She went around the stumps a little bit, missed it on her first go. But that's how far short the batter was, in spite of the full stretch dive and the keeper going around a bit, missing the stumps at her first go. Thipa Chaputawong, the Thai captain, is run out.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that third run, but they're just running for everything. Jyoti, for once, would be delighted that someone threw at the batting end and she managed to get a run out. Yeah, they're not amused by that effort. Captain has to take the walk back. Thipa Chaputawong on 1, 9 down for Thailand on 86.
Last batter in. Is playing her first game in the tournament. The only change made by Thailand, with Sunitha Chaturongratana into the side.
Catch it! Yes, trial to target deep, goes aerial. Yes, there were 2 runs, but slight bit of misfield and a vivid throw. Third one was never on. It was far off even with that dive.
Where has that gone? I don't think there's any dew. Osnan Kano knows now, not much time left. Definitely not much batting. Well, Nahida has been economical. She's given nothing away, except for the ball. Umpire was alert. Umpire Hijra from Malaysia. Well, Sunitha Chaturongratana. She goes by her first name. She's brought into the side to boost the bowling, because Anafat Chaihan was an opening batter and they left her out inexplicably. They sent Afisara to do the job. It's just not been an innings of any real flow or rhythm in Thailand.
And either should be looking to wrap it up. Probably flatter, quicker within the stumps. Should do the trick.
They're happier than they're giving off.
It's over.
4 of the 19th, 88 for 9. One over to go, and Bangladesh 1 wicket away from bowling Thailand out as Marufa Akhtar returns. Spinners have done a bulk of the damage. She should be pretty happy with how things have gone after losing the toss.
She wasn't happy about losing the toss, wanted to bat though.
This innings has taken its time, understandably, given injury concerns. We've had a couple. Yeah, just no real rhythm. Lost 2 wickets quickly. Bit of a partnership building in the middle, and just when we thought that Sulipon Laumi and Puchatham might provide some impetus, Rabea was brought back, and that pretty much finished everything. Well, they were already into the last over, so they can't be penalised now.
Girls will be girls. We need everything on spot. Has to be perfect.
Just in case you're joining us, that was former Pakistan international Marina Iqbal. Not me.
I would have done the same if I was her.
Right, Bangladesh need to focus on the job at hand. There's a job here. There's a semi-final spot up for grabs. It's almost been so easy for them. They need to now make sure that when they get into the dugout, gun this down the way Pakistan did the other night. Ulfaroza was aggressive. And just make sure that there is no unnecessary hiccup. They've done the first bit right.
Now Bangladesh would expect to chase it similar as how Pakistan has done it. That would boost them a lot.
Well, Group A action. Pakistan and the UAE in the afternoon game. And India taking on Nepal in what's the final 2 days of group stage action. Then we move on to the semi-finals. That's a beautiful shot from Kano. Sweetly timed and in the gap, and welcome 4.
Yeah, Marufa is promising as she is. Obviously, she's in the learning curve as well. Fuller length just outside off stump. Literally digged it out for that boundary. It wasn't a bad length, but had it been towards the stumps, would have been a perfect Yorker.
Yeah, they've been much more comfortable against the extra pace. They've not got a lot of it. And that's credit to Bangladesh and Nigar Sultana Jyoti of using her spinners. Predominantly good change as well made today. Multiple changes, in fact, to the side, and just put a bit of a stranglehold on the batting. Here's the last ball. Can she get another boundary to finish? Will fall short of long off. They will push for 2. And the ball is not collected cleanly by Marufa. Thai batters wanted to take a cheeky little third. But as it turns out, Bangladesh should be very happy with this. Thailand can be a tricky opposition. They won the toss and batted first, and led by Rabea's 4-for, excellent from her. They've kept Thailand down to 96 for 9. Yeah, it's been a hard 20 overs for Nigar Sultana Jyoti as far as injuries go, but she'll be very pleased with the results that her bowling group has put together. Especially given that there were a couple of Thai batters in good form. Konsarenka is one of them, but Rabea just accounting for the top 3. And coming back and getting another one. Kyoto. 40 from Buchatham, 17 from Sulipon Laumi, and 13 from Rosnan Kano. Nothing much else to write home about.
Yeah, Thailand struggled with just trying to get those partnerships going on. Up front was 26 between Buchatham and Apsara. And then the second biggest one was Buchatham and Laomi with 21. They struggled to get any momentum going on.
in their batting.
The key number there is the 41 at the top, 26. Even though they got 26, it took an age, and Bangladesh never put under any real pressure. Almost every spinner had a big say. 4 for 14, standout performer is Rabia Khan. Should be thrilled her performance. On debut, Sabikun Nahar Jasmine also finishing with 2, should be delighted. Ritu Moni, couple of wickets as well. Good all-round performance in the field, but Rabia Khan was the standout bowler. And let's go downstairs now to Athar Ali Khan.
Right, I'm with Rabia. Well bowled. 25 রান প্রথম 6 ওভারে তখন বলার সিদ্ধান্ত জ্যোতি নায়ক ইউ শুড কাম ইন দি অ্যাটাক তখন মাথায় কি করছে মাথায় কি প্ল্যান ছিল
তেমন কিছু না জাস্ট মাথায় ছিল যে উইকেট টুইকেট বল করলে দেন ওরা তো উইকেট টুইকেট বল করলে ওরা চান্স দিবে সো ওইটা চেষ্টা করেছি
4টা ওভার 14 রান 4টা উইকেট অসাধারণ পারফরম্যান্স উইকেটে কিছু হেল্প আছে স্পিনারদের জন্য
না উইকেটটা খুব ভালো একদম স্পটিং কোনো ওরকম কোনো টার্ন বা ওরকম কিছু না বাট মারুফা খুব ভালো করেছে ও সুন্দর সুইং পেয়েছে স্পিনারদের খুব বেশি একটা টার্ন পাওয়া হয়নি
97 রান কেমন ফিলিংটা বাংলাদেশ টিম মনে হয় চেস করতে পারবে
হ্যাঁ অফকোর্স কেন না অবশ্যই পারবে ইনশাআল্লাহ দেখা যাক কি হয় চেষ্টা করব 10 উইকেটের মধ্যে জেতা
10 উইকেটে জিতবে all right what I have asked her that when she came on to bowl after the end of the 6th over there were 25 without loss but she was planning to bowl line and length I also asked her what was going through her mind when they started to bowl and then there was a bit of a grip and turn. She said it's still a very good batting surface. At the same time, she feels that 97 is the 98 is the target. So would they be able to go and chase that many? She said she's quite comfortable and she would like to see them win by 10 wickets. That's exactly what she said. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dhanyawad.
Dhanyawad to Rabia and to Athar Ali Khan. Brilliant to hear Rabia's thoughts after she was outstanding with the ball. And she's up there now with just those 4 wickets. And Bangladesh have done the first bit right. Must-win game for them. It started well with Buchatham getting a few boundaries early on. Got them off to a solid start, 16 in the first 4. There's a half chance of a run out then. The runs were hard. They were so good at converting 1s into 2s against Malaysia. Relied heavily on Buchatham and an unlikely partner in her in Afisara. Promoted today for the first time to open and it didn't work. Then Nanakpat Koncharankai was player of the match in the last game. Cleaned up by Rabia. It was the Rabia show thereafter. Picked up the first 2. Ritu Moni then in on the action. Just accurate stump to stump as we heard from Rabia a little while back. Stumps were made a mess of multiple times by Bangladesh's bowlers today. That's another occasion. There tried to be some resistance from Sulipon Laumi and Rosnan Kano. Rabia returned, dismissed Buchatham for 40. She was out there for a long time. And on debut then, Sabikun Nahar Jasmine with a couple of wickets to finish. First getting Laumi and then Kamchompu next ball. Innings just meandered its way to the final over. Some opportunities created. This was a bizarre run out, to be honest. They took the fielders on for 2, then they dared to take the overthrow. Was going to find Puttawong, the Thai captain, well short. Boundary in the last over from Rosnan Kano. That means that the Thai innings finished at 96 for 9. That's what they need then, 97, to just get their Asia Cup on track and get their first win of 2024. Run chase coming right up. At the Rangiri International Stadium in Dambulla, Bangladesh have done the business with the ball. They restricted Thailand, who won the toss in Group B action at the Women's Asia Cup 2024. We now have the run chase ahead of us. Thai team that's shown great spirit and resolve, but they couldn't quite find the fluency with bats today. 40 from Buchatham, not much else. Innings had no real flow or momentum. Isabel Joyce alongside me. Good effort from Bangladesh all round.
Spinners in particular, the leg spinners were extremely good. Ahmed didn't get any wickets, but she was great with her economy, 4.3, but it was Rabia Khan with 4 wickets that did most of the damage. So I think that having been asked to bowl first, they'll be pleased with chasing 97. Should be able to do it. If they can't do that, they really don't deserve that semi-final spot.
Opening batters need to almost have no such thought. They need to gun down this score as quickly as possible, make the dressing room feel good. Pakistan was so much more relaxed as a result of the manner in which they finished the job yesterday against Nepal. And Bangladesh must inflict same kind of dominance upon Thailand, for which they need to first start well. They did not against Sri Lanka, lost 4 in the power play, but they are naturally aggressive stroke makers. Dilara Akhtar, much better player than that average suggests. Showed her abilities at the Under-19 World Cup, has been capped for the senior side 13 times. It's fair to say we are still to see the best of her in Bangladesh colours.
Middle.
And Murshida Khatun is one of 3 changes Bangladesh made. She's into the side and will partner Dilara Akhtar.
Just a bit. Yep, just a bit.
Shanida Sutiruang is highly rated. And speaking to the Thai coach earlier today,
Dilara.
conversation with Akhtar Ali Khan, he said she is one player that they have high hopes from.
Ever since Thailand burst onto the scene a number of years ago, she's been a mainstay up the top of the bowling order, swings the ball in, metronomic action, tends to take wickets.
Fair bit of swing. So we tend to see from these Thailand bowlers.
Well, they'll turn to her and then the spinners mainly. Buchatham in particular has been successful over a long period of time. Kamchampu as well. So it is difficult to take her on. It's tempting to go leg side. The field is set for that square leg and fine leg on the boundary, also mid-wicket and mid-on. She's got 4 fielders on the offside and a slip. So there is the one that just doesn't swing. It's usually not on purpose, so you can't see it coming. That one's the one that the slip is in there for.
First runs. 2 fielders in the deep on the leg side. That's one of them. Deep fine leg and deep backward square.
A little bit fuller on this occasion, so able to just clip it to the leg side. She knows that if she has a flaw, it's just creeping onto the leg stump. So she's got protection there. Very difficult to play her through the offside because she doesn't really have the pace that we would have seen in the first innings. And Bangladesh opened the bowling with their youngster Marufa Akhtar.
Left-right pair with Murshida Khatun back on the side, and scored an excellent 91 down in East London when Bangladesh were there in December of last year. Registered a dominating win over Laura Woolbart's side, and that's what they're capable of when they get things right. It's just been such a strange year for them this calendar year in this format. Played tough opposition, Australia and India. Lost to Sri Lanka, who look red hot. This is a great opportunity now to kickstart their calendar year.
And like number 2 and 3 in the world we're talking about here that you're taking on in 8 games. You'd expect they might come close a couple of times, but would you think they'll beat them? Probably not. But it is difficult to lose. It's hard to forget those memories and put it out of your mind and get that win under the belt. It'll mean a lot to Bangladesh. It's a habit. We talk about that all the time, how winning's a habit. They've got to get into the habit here in the Asia Cup. First over gone, 1-0.
Nataya Buchatam takes the new ball like she did in the last game, along with Suti Roang. Genuine all-rounder. Opens the batting, opens the bowling. Bowled economically, got a wicket as well against Malaysia, 1 for 20, had a maiden in that. A few maidens would be handy here. Up and over from Dilara. That's the kind of start Bangladesh are looking for. First boundary of the innings.
Uncharacteristic width given by Buchatham here. Gives the arms, clears the front leg, Dilara. Well, has the hands to get it over the offside. That's that right through. Good balance, good positioning, waited for it right under her eyes, got the elevation.
Yeah, naturally aggressive. Dilara Akhtar. That's how she played in the Under-19 World Cup. That's why she's in this team, even though she's a keeper batter. She's good enough to make the team as a batter, with the captain taking the gloves. She's got a long on and a deep mid-wicket, so the point Izzy Joyce was making, that uncharacteristic of Buchatham to offer width when it was a free hit, as long as she got it through the infield or up and over. Has to attack the stumps. And 2 straight on this occasion, overcompensating for the last ball. That's back-to-back boundaries for Dilara Akhtar.
Well, nothing knocks the winds out of the sails like your best bowler going for boundaries. Buchatham, back-to-back boundaries. It's not just her that'll be deflated. The whole team comes down with her. They depend on her to go for very few runs, and they depend on her for wickets. So when she's going for runs, the team's in big trouble.
They've reacted now. Had long on the previous ball. Now they have a deep backward square. That's going to likely be in the gap as well. Too much to ask of deep mid-wicket. It was struck well. Buchatham has started her spell with 3 fours in a row.
Too short. Dilara Akhtar helps herself. All she had to do was make sure it went square. The field is so far apart on the leg side. They're trying to guess where Bangladesh are going to hit it. With only 2 fielders outside, it's very difficult to defend when you're bowling that length and that line together.
Yeah, she's clearly under pressure now. It's 3 pretty ordinary balls for a player who's otherwise quite disciplined. That's more like it from a Thailand point of view.
That's the kind of delivery we're used to seeing 24 of every single game. Really haven't seen her get hit for 3 boundaries, I think, ever. Doesn't matter who she's playing against. She's played for such a long time, often opens the bowling, has done for a very long time anyway, didn't always. But a big heave leg side, the fielder in the deep, well, she's been beaten to the right, but she manages to get around to the left there. The ball just plugs. Good running from Bangladesh as they add another 2.
Just racing along. And that's exactly what Nigar Sultana would want. Finish this job, 10 or 9 wickets, maybe even 8 if you're just going to go hard and finish it quickly, make the dressing room feel like a team that's dominated an opposition that they should. Clearly she's taken a liking to Buchatham. It's 14 of that over. Dilara Akhtar, 15 without loss. Sutiruang still has that slip because of the angle and the movement she'll get against the left-handed Murshida.
She's got the field set for this. She can send it wide, has a slip in probably 1.5, maybe 2. Has a wide third cover out as well. So she can afford to bowl a little bit wider outside off. She's searching for a boundary here.
It's a good opportunity for Murshida Khatun as well. Not sure Bangladesh are entirely confident of what their best 11 is. This is a good game to get, good situation. Sometimes it's a bit harsh if players that didn't perform against Sri Lanka are left out and get a game against Thailand and possibly Malaysia. That could just cement your place for the immediate future, and that's a bright future with the World Cup coming up. That's a great role model to have, Elise Perry. She is a standout all-rounder of this generation, and Sutiruang is one for her team.
Well, that's rather generous. Lots of swing on offer, but that swung a very long way. I know she's moved outside off stump, but for me that's a wide. It's almost outside the white line on the very outside. She's got away with one there, Sutiruang.
Mix up, sent back in time.
They need to sort this out because I think they're still disagreeing whether that was a single or not. Have a look at this argument. She's saying, look, I hit it towards mid-off. She's way back. Extra cover was screaming in though. I don't think she would have made it home. She's lucky Dilara centre back. The danger was at the non-striker's end, not the keeper's end. A really good pick-up there from Vanitha Maya.
That will play on her mind. Tends to. She's on naught. It's her first game. She feels like she should have had a single, gotten off strike and off the mark, and her partners denied it. And Dilara Akhtar, yep, you're absolutely right. She wasn't running to the danger end. If she just takes off instead of looking at the ball.
Just have a look where she's setting up here. It's about off stump, and then she's shuffling across at the start, and that previous delivery she actually moved back again. She's done it again there. She's just not sure how to get off strike. 5 dots in a row. She's got itchy feet. Forward and back. You want to be standing still when the ball's delivered. So no doubt that she's just getting a little bit nervous about getting off the mark. 8 now. 8 balls without scoring.
Slips come out now, so she's going to try something different perhaps. She's now got 2 fielders catching there at point. Credit to Sutiruang. She knows the batter's eager to get that single, but she hasn't given her a loose ball on the pads. It's all been with that angle. Now this I don't think she'll get away with. Yeah, this time she's testing the umpire's generosity. Got away with 1. And you could see Murshida's just a bit restless against Sutiruang's angle.
She does have slightly lazy feet. Her front foot doesn't tend to go towards the ball. She might just be trying to get them moving. Hasn't worked so far, but she's got space at third. This is again a maiden over apart from that wide, just ruining the figures for Sutiruang. 3 gone, 16 without loss.
Contrasting overs has meant that Thipacha Putawong, the Thai captain, has taken the responsibility on herself. Replacing Buchatham. Just 20 years of age, worth reminding. Youngest captain by some distance in the tournament. She's going to bowl to Dilara Akhtar. It was close, very close. She nearly cut that. Just off her off stump. And Sulipon Laumi's done well to keep it to 1. She's got a single of the first ball, so Murshida will at least have a slightly different pace and angle to try and get off the mark with.
Brilliant from Sulipon Liami. She's excellent in point. She will be disappointed that she didn't gather it. That's the standard she sets for herself. Has plenty of runouts to her name as people underestimate her ability in that area. But she did give away the one in the end. Could have been 4 though.
Deep mid wicket, deep square leg. Does Murshida just nudge it around, get off strike, feel good about opening her account, or does she go hard? She's a performer. And again, just needless misunderstanding. These two will take a little while to just get on the same wavelength.
I'm disappointed with that field they set. You've got someone who's 0 from 9. You put 2 fielders out on the leg side and give an easy single with the shape of the ball. It's the right-hander now, of course, so the field all up on the offside with a slip. Long on, mid-wicket out. If they're going to have a chance in this game, they have to take wickets, and their best chance of taking a wicket is by frustrating Rashida. So why not just only have 1 out, if any? See what she can do. Let's still Aaron out.
There is long on. Yeah, young captain. Worth pointing out, she's never captained the Thai side before this tournament, and it's a sense it in perhaps some confusion on where she wants her fielders. Same ball. We've seen a couple of fielders previous game and this one. Let's move around.
Yeah, so dangerous in the leg side for a left-hander when you've got a left-arm spinner coming around. They can field so well off their bowling. So not able to get quite off strike, but that's the kind of single I want them to try and cut out. They need to bring that mid-wicket fielder in, put the pressure on, ask her to hit over the field.
Oh, this has just been some, almost like it's that hit and run that we play in the backyard. The minute it hits bat, Murshida just takes off, and the Lara's just saved her on a couple of occasions this over. Skillful bowler actually, Putawong, with all the attention on her leadership at this young age, but good pace, accurate, good revs. Now she's put 2 fielders back. Those on the bounce. 4 of first over, 20 without loss. First over from the Thai captain, Putawong, going for 4. Now, Suti Roang will have Murshida on strike. She just caused all sorts of problems. Got away with that one. Could have been wide, wasn't given. Confusion over the next ball. Should have been off strike. She kept bowling that nagging angle outside the off stump. There's a fielder for that.
Well, she either bowled extra full, right up at the feet, or a good length. So she's not. She is going to be taken off. She bowled 2 overs in the power play, but she was almost toying with Murshida in that spell.
Yeah, and she actually took the ball at the end of Putawong's over, and then the captain's changed her mind, it seems. I think that's just, and I think that's, if we are to assume that she was just holding the ball now, she surely was going to bowl. She gave her cap as well. So captain's changed her mind or got a message from the dugout, but the extra over, especially with Murshida still on strike, was definitely on. For now, it is Sunida. She starts well as well with her off spin.
It's a different bowler, but similar tactics, taking the ball away from Murshida. 2 from 14 now, Sunita Chaturangratana. Economy 3.5 is excellent. 24 matches, 13 wickets. So it's more about her economy than the wickets.
That'll give Murshida so much more confidence. Steps out, makes a really good connection and smashes it for 4.
There comes a point in your innings where you throw caution to the wind, and this was it. Got the gap as well. Comes down the pitch. And there's big space between extra cover and mid-off. First boundary off her bat. Murshida's up and running.
Give her the charge. Bowler wouldn't mind it. Wouldn't mind a slip as well. Well, her partner's on the ground. That is never happening. That is just a comedy of errors again. And I'll tell you what, they will go upstairs for this because the bowler's end stumps have been thrown down. Now, if Dilara, for some reason, was dozy and thought the throw will go the other end, we will find out now. She was indeed. It would have been the easiest of run-outs at the keeper's end. She threw instinctively at the wrong end on paper, and it's turned out to still yield a wicket. That is poor cricket from Dilara and Bangladesh.
Credit to the fielder, I say. Rosnani Kano got the ball in hand. She wanted the set batter out. She said, I see the bat in the air. This is the end I'm going to. Everyone's calling keeper's end. I know better, and she did know better. Dilara, the set batter, 17 from 11. She is disgusted with how that's gone down. Let's have another look at this.
There's a lot of ordinary cricket here because she's seen her batters trying to make her ground, and she's on the ground. Rosanan Kano has just thrown the ball blind, right? Instinctively. She's tried her best to avoid the run out, and she's got it anyway. Dilara Akhtar gone for 17, 24 for 1. Well, that is just the king of unforced errors from Bangladesh. Ishma Tanzim had debuted in the last game. Well, that's one way to just put the run out behind you instantly. Lofted down the ground by Murshida for her second boundary.
She would have been taking the deep breaths after that run out. It feels terrible when your partners run out because of you. But she got herself together, got the feet in position. She's excellent down the ground. That's her strength. Bowl at the stumps is what she prefers. Second boundary for her.
Right, there's a lot that's going on, folks, in this run out. Firstly, Murshida has seen her partner try to make her ground back and run anyway. She's fallen and slipped. Why Dilara Akhtar then left her own ground is beyond me. And then expecting the throw to go to that end, because that's what she would have done, that's what anyone would have done, except Rosnan Kano, who wanted the bigger wicket, if I may say so. Brilliant. An over that was not short of action comes to an end, conceding 9, and the run out of Dilara Akhtar, 29 for 1.
Bangladesh still pretty comfortable, 29 for 1. They're not chasing a target that's not beyond them. 96 for 9 is what Thailand had. But that run out, that wicket should have been easily avoided. There was confusion, as we did see. Murshida on strike. There goes the sweep, and that's a very well connected sweep. That will run away to the boundary. So now she started to open up since that run out.
Yeah, Putawong, just the wrong line. Helped with the action, with the line, just had to put some bat on it. Fielder was inside the circle. It was always going to be a boundary. Murshida has a crucial role to play for this chase.
33 for 1 into the 6th over. Bangladesh going at more than 6 runs an over now, deciding to come over the wicket. Now take a look at the run out again. Look at the confusion here. This is great cricket, really great cricket, bullseye, and you found the batter napping at the non-striker's end. That was a huge scalp, and she's not happy obviously because there was confusion. Good use of the feet again. This is really good batting. That's another boundary.
Yeah, she took 10 deliveries to score her first run, Murshida Khatun, but since then we saw some good class. She's got her dancing shoes on. Remember in the previous over she went down the wicket, picked up a boundary down the ground. Again, this over also. She was the leading run scorer in the recently concluded Dhaka Premier League, which is a 50-over affair. 446 runs, forcing herself to get picked in this 11.
They're running hard. They don't want another run out. They'll be happy with one. So they've got, what, 9 runs already in the over. 4 deliveries bowled, 9 runs already, 2 boundaries and a single. Murshida looking good, 20 of 23. We've got Ishma who's just in, the right-hander. Bangladesh now require just 59 runs of 86 balls. That's a walk in the park as far as the batting is concerned. Nice.
Yeah, young players watching 2 things to take in account. Firstly, Murshida, she watched her partner fell. You always watch your partner. There was no run whatsoever. And Dilara on the other end, if you wanted to get back in the crease, you always turn and stretch.
Single of the last ball. 39 for 1, 6 overs done. Well, it's been a good power play for Bangladesh. 39 runs, they lost the wicket, but they started off well. There were boundaries, a flurry of boundaries. Anything short. And lovely use of the feet as well. Took on the spinners and the fast bowlers. They found the gaps on regular intervals before this confusion happened, which was very unfortunate. Otherwise, the openers looked untroubled. But still, they didn't hold back. Boundaries kept coming. Sweep shots, lofts, picking those caps, and really good batting, good aggressive batting in the first 6 overs.
Yes, 7 boundaries to be exact. 39 for 1. Remember, Thailand were 25 without a loss in the first 6. This is good from Bangladesh.
Now, Ishma looks very correct as a batter. That particular shot tells you that the technique looked very good. She leant into his nice stride, just pushed it. See, one thing that impresses. There you go. Very impressed with her technique. This is an impressive part in any form of cricket. The technique where you find in T20 cricket all sorts of shots attempted. We've seen the ladies game where we've got different types of players we see. It's always refreshing to see shots like that and still score runs.
I'm a huge advocate to have the correct technique. If you have that, it's easy for you to settle into those attacking modes. You can extend that defensive shots into offensive ones with ease and minimum of risk.
Very good use of the feet.
It's important for her to realize the fact this is only her second game. She made debut in the last match, didn't disturb the scorers. But yes, sound technique, important for someone like Hashantila Rakanaika, the head coach for Bangladesh from Sri Lanka, to keep faith in these youngsters, giving them opportunities one after another. You need to stay patient with the youngsters when you believe that they have seen enough down the leg side, because you really don't want to see someone getting in and getting replaced very quickly. So he's showing the faith, but it's about the player to deliver the goods. Yes, they would need some time. It's a good start, 41 for 1 in 6.4, so no real pressure, so she can take some time.
Especially you have to be patient with the batters, because it takes time, it takes practice and match exposure to learn this art, let alone start consistently performing. So it's important for all these youngsters to go in middle and absorb the pressure.
One ball to go in the over from round the wicket. This has been a good over. Just a single. And it will remain that way. 41 for 1. Bangladesh sitting pretty at the moment. Very good, gave a good account of their bowling. 96 for 9, Thailand after they won the toss. And now Bangladesh in pursuit of that 96 are really sitting pretty, 41 for 1. And aren't they also?
Yeah, if you want to score off the spinners, you need to use the crease. You cannot play them from the crease. You either need to use your feet or the crease, probably sweep shots, reverse, or just down the ground.
Unless it's just back of a length and you have time to just work the ball around. But we did see with Murshida how she came down the pitch, took the spinners on, went over the top, and then immediately went with the sweep shot, just forcing the bowlers to make those errors with her batting. But Ishma, on the other hand, is taking her time.
Which is absolutely fine, because she knows that the runs are coming from the other end. Murshida Khatun looking very comfortable after a very slow start.
Not in control, not where, where she wanted it to go. But a good effort, very good effort by the fielder running back. I think it hit the back of the bat.
Yeah, with the reaction from the keeper and the sound. And also if we can see the deviation, it did look like, yep, back of the bat. One thing you will see from these Thai players is the commitment level in the field. Exceptional.
That's a better shot. That is a much better shot. That's for... See, one thing about this outfield is you get it to a gap, you get a boundary. If the timing's good, just like that.
Yeah, I still cannot figure out why she was not picked up in the first match. Just look at the way she's handled herself. Initially slow to start with because of the fact that Dilara was scoring runs. So she was okay just to be more defensively playing her role with the bat early on. But now she's got into really good rhythm. Good use of the feet. The sweep shots have come very nicely from the bat. Oh, nearly chipped it straight to the fielder there.
I think she was thinking over mid-wicket and then she checked her shot because it's a big area that's open on the leg side. Just closing the face that time. But the option was over mid-wicket. Right, now that's better.
อยู่น้องอยู่
There is a fielder.
Good.
But her sweep shots have been good. She's been timing those. 8 done, 49 for 1. Right, coming up tomorrow, that is Pakistan taking on UAE. Well, on air at 1:30 local time. Live action will start. The game starts at 2. The live coverage at 1:30 local time from the Rangiri Dambulla. That's Pakistan versus UAE. UAE, of course, at the moment at the bottom of the table. And then the next one coming up, table toppers, India. What a sight they are. They take on Nepal, and that game starts at 7. Well, we'll be live tomorrow at 6:30 local time with a build-up towards that game, which will happen at 7. So 2 really big games coming up. India, Pakistan in action, and the Asia Cup really turning out to be interesting.
ระวังช่องนั้นแหละ
Laomi coming on, 49 for 1. Now Thailand needs wickets because Bangladesh going at a good rate, 6.13. Their requirement is only 48 of 72. So now the only way forward for Thailand has to be wickets, create some pressure.
เอาอีกพี่มาอีกโอเคพอ
Murshida has been good against spin. Laomi bowls leg spin. Just waits for it that time.
นันเดียวพอ
I
น้อง
think she had the option of wanting able to come down the track, take it on the full, but instead she waited for it and played it with the turn. The 50 is up.
Yeah, probably just checking how Laomi will bowl. And that's a smart ploy. It's nudging around. There will be opportunities where they can go for the boundaries.
ทีมสแควร์เนาะ
But it's important to keep rotating strike. And equally important for Thailand, if they want to build pressure, they need to cut down those singles.
พี่ฝนแบบนี้มาพี่มาจัดไปพี่อยู่น้อง
Straight to the fielder.
ไม่เยี่ยม
Yeah, I think it's important for the skipper from Thailand to realize the fact that there's not enough runs to defend here. In a low-scoring affair, you would want more fielders inside the circle. She has 4 outside the circle protecting the boundaries. So she would need to talk to the bowlers and make sure that she backs one side. Maybe get another fielder inside the circle and put a little bit more pressure.
เยี่ยมซ้ายตี
Throw the bait onto the batters to take on the bait and try to hit over the top. Because it's easy going. 27, the partnership of just 25 deliveries.
แหละทีละบอลลูกพี่
Where do you pick up the wicket? How do you pick up the wicket? You got to apply a little bit pressure by bringing in an extra fielder inside the circle.
That's a short delivery straight to the fielder. Yes, you're right. Because it becomes a little bit too easy. They just keep knocking it into gaps. No pressure at all. Risk-free cricket. So how do you create that situation? So you've got to think out of the box. You've got to look at wickets. So whether they finish it in 10 overs or 19 overs, if they get through, they win. So you've got to start thinking otherwise. Try and force some errors. But at the moment, that's not happening. Another dot ball.
Yeah, even get a slip in place just to get that psychological advantage. Yes, I've got someone in the slips cordon, and I want you to play a little bit wide outside the off stump. There's so many things that a captain can do in the middle. Whether she is brave enough to do it, it's the big question.
Oh, very nearly. Very nearly. How many times have we seen the long hop from a leg spinner getting a wicket? 9 overs done. 53 for 1. Time for some fresh foods in the Bangladesh dugout. Well, players today are very well served when it comes to their food. And this is a good shot. Falls well short of the field at deep mid wicket. So much of nutrition, so much of good food, lots of water. So very well taken care of. I'm sure, Marina, you agree?
Oh yes, definitely. Again, we might have a look at that scrumptious fruit plate.
Feeling hungry?
I am, and even someone on my left is.
What's your favorite fruit, Roshan?
Passion fruit. Good use of the feet, very good use of the feet. Unable to clear the boundary, but her intention was right. She came down the wicket, she saw that gap.
Again, good use of the feet. Yeah, I was talking to one of the caterers taking care of our food up here in the camp, which has been splendid so far. And I asked him about what are the fruits, what are the favorite fruits that I should be looking forward to have in Sri Lanka. Straight away, he goes, mangoes. Number of varieties of mangoes.
We do have some really good varieties. There's also papaya. We got our pineapples. If you ask for my favorite, I love passion fruit.
Back up.
And you could grow it in your back garden. You have the creepers, where you pluck it, and it's lovely. You could make a drink out of it. You could eat it with a little bit of sugar.
Yeah, next time you're around here, please do bring some passion fruit. I would love to try that.
The sweep shot's on, and a boundary. She has been very good with the sweep shot. She's been picking those gaps. They're going at better than a runner ball. And Murshida is now 35 of 35.
Yeah, on this occasion, Murshida just waiting in the crease. Early on, she was trying to attack Champu, who wasn't allowing a lot of space on offer. The best thing is, look at that, good connection, extension of arms, trying to connect it early, and wrist coming in.
Very good batting. This is really good batting. They got 8 in that over. 10 overs done, 61 for 1, and it is time for some drinks.
36 needed for Bangladesh to win. Murshida Khatun now on 36 as well. After Dilara Akhtar came out swinging and swinging hard. Some lovely shots to get the innings underway. Chatham usually so accurate, but under pressure when Dilara Akhtar took her on. There's some chaotic running though, which eventually led to one of the more bizarre runouts. Dilara Akhtar was absolutely livid with herself. But Murshida put that behind her instantly. Next ball went for 4. She swept well and lifted the spinners down the ground. More comfortable against the spin. And she steadied the ship after the unnecessary wicket of Dilara Akhtar. Ready to resume post drinks with Chanida Sutiruang, who troubled her with the new ball, but she's now getting bat and ball as she's set. More confusion with the running. It's just normal. Sensing the game's ending quickly, Roshan and Athar have gone to fetch some of that fruit. But they've left Marina Iqbal behind. Still with me.
Yeah, cruising now Bangladesh. It's good to see Ishma coming into the action as well. That's the best opportunity for her to gain that confidence, taking her time, nudging around and going for the boundaries as well.
Wow. Well-judged single. That's good. I think coaching staff will work on those aspects, especially with the semi-final spot. Bangladesh looking good to pick up if they win this and the game against Malaysia. That's better from Murshida. Bit off his back. I actually think a more attacking field post drinks was worth it if she was going to give Sutiruang the ball. She should have given her a third over on the trot. She really troubled Murshida. Second over, barely get bat on ball. Understand she's a young captain, Thipacha, but drinks interval, they had the chance to get some advice from the dugout. Just letting the game drift now towards what should be a comfortable win for Bangladesh.
Yeah, they were never going to contain Bangladesh from winning this. All they needed to do was get wickets. Oh, more runs, easy runs, overthrows. It's making things worse for Thailand. Just need to do something different. Just be more attacking in your approach. Force and push the batters to do something different. Get out of their comfort zone rather than just allowing them easy singles and boundary every now and then.
Flags being thrown in tandem. Yeah, she's consciously tried to step out to Sutiruang, who's still getting the ball. Shape in. Oh, that's hurt. I think she's just smashed it onto her leg and it's missed more of the pad than she would have liked.
Since keeper is not up on the stumps, you can stand outside of your crease. That would generate that comfortable length that Ishma is searching for rather than just trying to come down the track.
Ball is for 2. Even though it's a clean pickup and quick throw. Long boundary square, so productive over with 7 taken. It's going to be 68 for 1 Bangladesh. Not gone their way today. So Thipacha Phuphavong and her Thailand side, they'll have the chance to play the red-hot hosts on Wednesday. Same day that Bangladesh play Malaysia. Yeah, both teams will be in action on Wednesday. Final day of group stage action in the Women's Asia Cup 2024. Bangladesh will play Malaysia. Win here and a win there will secure semi-final spot. How good looking is that? Just steps down, inside out, all along the ground. It's an elegant boundary for Murshida.
Exquisite shot that. You need to use your feet against spinners, but that was perfection. It wasn't that tossed up. Just managed to take a step out, cover the line. And look at that follow through. Just enough room created to beat that fielder. That's lovely. She's a class act to watch.
Yeah, she struggled a bit against Sotiruang with the new ball, but now that she's gone on and put on a score and she looks comfortable against spin. I think it augurs well for them if they are going to persist with Murshida now, which they should. Good foil for Dilara Akhtar, who's ultra aggressive, left and right hand. They just sit down over the next day or so, spend some time, try and understand each other better, run better between the wickets. I think they have a pretty good pair at the top with Nigar Sultana Jyoti to follow.
And both have wide range of shots, complements each other greatly and effectively. These are small things that you can always talk, have a word with each other, just that understanding.
Multiple runs. Thought about the third. Wasn't on. Comfortable 2 to take Ishma to 13 and bring the target down to 22. Again, you can see how much more relaxed Bangladesh are. Just exactly this time yesterday that Pakistan too was so much more at peace. Smiles around. They knew they were on the big screen, pulling each other's leg. Oh, what an impressive pickup shot that is. Doesn't have the legs to go all the way. She did find the gap, just plugged a little bit in the outfield. Seen a few balls do that. 76 for 1. Healthy effort from Bangladesh with bat and ball. Putawang. You can see the difference with which subcontinent batters experienced against spin. Just milk bowling which is full. Point Marina Iqbal made first innings looking at the wickets falling for Malaysia as well as Thailand today. Again, this was evidence. She didn't get it all of it, but confident to step out, got a good part of the bat. She's so much more used to playing spinners bowling full and finding ways therefore to score runs off that kind of bowling. Well, this time when her partner was making her crease and falling along the ground, Murshida has wisely held hers.
bit late on that occasion. It was way outside off stump. Right and back in time. That's the right way to do it. You turn and you stretch rather than casually putting your back and the bat in the crease. Thailand will have a lot of positives to take away from this tournament. One against Malaysia. They've done well in batting to some extent with two big names missing, Chaiwai and Chantham. They've been decent with bowling. Fielding has been good as expected.
I must remind viewers that they're missing key players. Regular captain injured in the T20 World Cup qualifiers. Also missing Nanaphat Chantham, key batter for them, and it's batting that let them down today. She keeps bowler and non-striker on her toes, doesn't she, Mushida? Another single to finish, as it was to start the over. 78 for 1 in 13. Pakistan in action tomorrow afternoon as Group A will close out their obligations. UAE be looking to improve on their own showing after being outclassed by India. It's the afternoon game, Pakistan taking on the UAE. For now, Bangladesh now needing less than 20. Up and over. 4 ball dealt with appropriately by Murshida, who's now on to 48.
This down swing down from Champu, tried to compensate the length. She saw her coming down the track, pulled the length, but not good enough. The line actually helped Murshida plate up and over. Has leaked a lot of runs, come Champu from that area. She should finish the match on 48. 50 will be a huge thing, but taking Bangladesh over the line, that will give her a lot of confidence.
Enjoyed a half century at the last Women's Asia Cup as well against Malaysia, which is also highest score by a Bangladeshi batter in this tournament. Made 3 changes today. A little bit of pressure perhaps, and of course, as we mentioned repeatedly, 2024 has not been kind to them. Tough opposition. Australia, India, Sri Lanka in the opening game of this tournament. Bangladesh have not celebrated victory in a T20I. 2024, that's about to change pretty soon. A few more fielders just coming in. Or would it just be the academic change from the right to the left-hander? But Murshida on 49. Murshida stays on 49. She is trigger happy when it comes to singles that aren't on. All right, they've gone upstairs, I believe. Nah, she's safe. For a second we thought that it's closer, but she's made her ground. And Murshida will stay on 49. Bangladesh are 84 for 1. She's lucky that ball didn't hit direct, would have been much closer. 84 for 1. Slight scare in the last over as Murshida was approaching 50. For now it's Ishma on strike as Putawong strikes. Attempting the reverse sweep, wasn't on, and Thailand have another.
It wasn't needed. Premeditated shot from Ishma. It was way too fuller into the stumps. Poor shot selection. Could have changed it. Now has paid the price. Thailand will be delighted. Ishma had a chance to win the game for Bangladesh. Now she'll have to take the walk back. 2 down. 184 for Bangladesh now. Had a good knock though. Ishma Tanjim gone on 16. 84 for 2 Bangladesh.
Ritu Moni's. Couple of wickets with the ball. And walks in at 4 after Ishma Tanjim just needlessly lost her wicket, and I think she'd be bitterly disappointed with that because this was an opportunity to get a score or look fluent. She didn't look as fluent while she was there. 16 of 22, didn't get a boundary. The back of her duck on debut. Side that's made changes one game to the next. She's left her spot slightly vulnerable. It's a great opportunity for the players that got the confidence for this game, with Malaysia coming up next. Let's see what time holds for now. Putawong is just delaying what we believe is the inevitable. Bangladesh would pretty much be telling themselves that if they win this and they're expected to win against Malaysia, that's enough. Don't need to worry about net run rate, otherwise haven't quite emphatically chased this down like Pakistan did last evening against Nepal. Thailand, better team, due respect to Nepal. Skillful bowlers. Murshida's back on strike on 49. She couldn't have had a better ball to get 50, and she knows it. She knows it. She is filthy with herself, Murshida. She'll have one more crack at this.
Overcautious maybe.
And 50 for Murshida Khatun. Back in the side, and with the half century, a 5th in T20 eyes. She gets one after 9 innings, her second 50 in the Women's Asia Cup. She's put the disappointment of running her partner out behind her. 8 boundaries, she's played well, 86 for 2.
right, they're down to just 11 runs of 30 balls. That's what Bangladesh need. Their confidence will be very high after that poor start to the tournament. What an innings by Murshida. Started slowly, but she has been in very good touch. She certainly displayed some quality batting. Good use of the feet, was very good against the spin, some lovely lofts, sweeps were exquisite. And now she's brought Bangladesh ever so close. Just 11 needed, and they got 30 balls remaining. And she goes again this time. Oh, unfortunate. Very unfortunate. She was looking to hit it on the up and over mid-off. Just finds the fielder. But still, a fine innings by Murshida.
Well, she was sweating on that final run for the 50, and then the first delivery from Panita Maya, didn't even have a look. She's found the fielder in mid-off. A really easy catch, and after toiling away, Apisara gets the catch. Thailand, well, it's been a tough day for them, but they've enjoyed that one. They've got rid of the set batter, Murshida Khatun, 50 from 55. Bangladesh 86 for 3.
Rumana is the new batter. Rumana Ahmed. Now that required rate is under 2.5. Look at the experience, 85 games. Decent strike rate, the average under 15. So 11 of 29, Arthur. This should be very easy for Bangladesh.
Well, they're in the driving seat. It should be okay from here on. It's only about the wickets. It's about the wickets. Down the leg side, a wide. So one more added to the total. What about Murshida Khatun? That was the moment when she picked up her 50. She played some gorgeous looking shot, I can tell you that. You talk about those sweep shots and down the wicket, but the one that's really stood out for me was the cover drive. When she went down the wicket and pushed one through the covers. Another single.
See, where Thailand has really done well for themselves is their fielding. They've thrown themselves around, they've taken some good catches. And even this one, not a difficult chance, but just look at the way she takes it. Very safe. As a catcher, she looks absolutely safe.
And what's noticeable there is her footwork. When you're in mid-off and mid-on, you have to be good laterally, because those are the catches you kind of take, those kind of cover catches. Important to get yourself in a position to make it easy.
Now that required rate is just 2 runs and over. Now this win will give Bangladesh such a healthy net run rate, which will serve them well going into that final round. Yes, they got off to a bad start, but I think there is too much of quality in this side. There is experience, and they are a side capable of beating good teams. Played with soft hands.
Yeah, it's important for each team, teams that are looking to get into the top 4, to get their team sorted out. Murshida coming back in the team looks a really good option. Romana with experience, maybe Jahanara Alam probably might get an opportunity in the last one. That's the Group A and Group B. And we've already seen the changes, not only from Bangladesh, 3 changes, also Sri Lanka making 4 changes. So they're getting their act together. They've tried few combination and they're getting it right. And that's exactly what they want. Lovely innings. Absolutely brilliant from Murshida Khatun. First time she's batted in this Asia Cup, in this edition of the Women's Asia Cup. And she's come out with flying colours.
Well, it was a really classical 50. She struggled to get off the mark, but once she got going with this boundary through the offside, she didn't look back. Even after the run out of her partner, Dilara, she put the head down and made sure that Bangladesh got on the front foot, played all around the ground. That's what's most impressive. Good on the sweep, but also through the offside. Played well over the top and found the gap. Inside out there. That's the shot of the day. And anything loose, she dispatched. Once she hit the 50, she relaxed and decided, I'll relax on the sideline. Lost her wicket, but she got her team almost home.
Yeah, that was a fine innings. That was the innings that held this Bangladesh batting together. Not that they were in any trouble, but they needed someone to kick on. Needed somebody to bat deep, give them that impetus, and that's what she did. And very fine innings by Murshida. 50 of 55. Now Bangladesh needs just 7 runs. They got 4 overs remaining. They'd be well advised to knock it around into gaps and get that run rate. Your dot balls are not going to help, and this is a fairly easy task as far as they're concerned. She's not going to hang about. He gets a single down to deep mid wicket.
The top order matters for each and every team, and if you have someone right at the top of the order, one of the openers going on to play a crucial role with the bat, it just changes things for the team. This confidence gets higher, knowing that someone has got into in that mode where she's batted freely. Oh, beaten in the flying inside edge. Come back for a few runs here. Just going back to the point that I was trying to make, if you have someone like Murshida, Khatun played the way she played, especially tonight. Some gorgeous looking shot. The pick of the, I mean, for me, the best shot she played was the one when she went down the wicket and played through the cover, laced through the covers of that spinner. Gorgeous looking shot.
This is sensible cricket, really sensible. Now, don't do anything silly at the moment. There was never a second run.
Good that she's keen for the second, but probably never a second there. Just tipped into the leg side. Fielder was off the boundary quickly, and we've spoken about how well they fielded. Was in fact going back from the ring. Ahmed got home safely, sent back by her partner.
So they've got 4 runs and they're short of 3 runs of 19 balls. So you're almost at the end of this game, almost at the end of cricket here at the Rangiri Dambulu Stadium for today, with Bangladesh having just 3 runs needed. Now this is the top edge. It's going to fall safe. They'll come back for 2. So now the scores are level. They need just 1 run. 96 for 3, 17 overs done. So with almost cricket over for the day, today at Dambula, 2 big games coming up tomorrow. Pakistan versus UAE. Don't forget to join us at 1:30 local time as we start the live action, the live feed, and then the game starts at 2. That's Pakistan versus UAE. Then India, the tournament favourites, they take on Nepal. Again, we'll be live at 6:30 local time for that big game. That play will start at 7 o'clock. So 2 absolutely fantastic games to look forward to, and that happens tomorrow.
Sunita Maya bowled 1 over in the first game, went for 16. Took the wicket here. 1 for 4. Important to think as well about Bangladesh, the rate they've scored at won't be too pleasing for them. 50 from 51, or 55 it was, from Rashida Khatun. She needed to think about it, she needed to take her time. All they really wanted was the win. But had Thailand got up around 120, 130, then they could have found it more difficult. So that's something for Bangladesh to think about. That being said, their captain hasn't come out, so she's obviously one of their big guns. They're giving more time to other batters.
Yeah, the start for Thailand 25 in the power play without losing a wicket, it suggested then at that stage of the match was they were good for 120 or no, if not more. But then the spinners got their act together. Rabea picking up 4 for 14 was sensational with the ball. You know, those are the fixtures for Thailand, winning their first match against Malaysia.
And that's a winning hit. Goes through mid-on, in fact over mid-on. And Bangladesh record their first win with a boundary in the 18th over. They're 100 for 3. They win by 7 wickets. And a very convincing win at that. Congratulations to Bangladesh.
Yeah, it was Ritu Moni who smashed that previous delivery for a boundary to take Bangladesh home and going on to win by 7 wickets. And it's a convincing win. It's been a good day at the office for Bangladesh. Disappointing one for Thailand. But they'll be pleased and happy to see what has happened in this match, particularly because they started the campaign with a loss to Sri Lanka, but they've come back strongly thanks to that wonderful innings. Right at the screen, Murshida Khatun. What about the bowling display? Ritu Moni, the skipper, will be a very happy person.
So convincing win by Bangladesh. They certainly did better than Thailand in bowling and batting. Thailand did themselves a lot of favours with the way they fielded, but Bangladesh spinners were very good, and with the bat in hand, they completely dominated.
Yeah, not Ritu Moni, I'm just getting excited. Hey, it was Jyoti I'm talking about, the skipper. Nigar Sultana Jyoti will be very pleased and happy to see what has happened. You know, she didn't come out to bat, but she was a busy cricketer behind the stumps. Remember, that's inspiration that the players take from her. She's got a very positive body language. That's the winning moment. Yep, right over the infield, and it's a boundary to take Bangladesh home. That hits from Ritu Moni.
She was the one who was caught so magnificently against Sri Lanka, that catch that I'm sure has been seen around the world. This time she made sure to miss the bowler. Used the bottom hand to great effect. Good way to close out the game. 2 veterans out in the middle. The skipper, well, she was back into the warm-up clothes. She knew she wasn't going to bat. She's the only one there without her kit on. She was number 11, I think, giving an opportunity to all of the others to get a bat out in the middle. Well, Thailand, they are always so thankful for everyone who comes and watches them, but they've come out the wrong side of this one.
100 for 3, Bangladesh in 17 overs and 3 balls. Murshida Khatun, the standout performer, 50 of 55. Dilara Akhtar got them off to a good start. Well, Tanzim did get out for 16, but then Ritu Moni and Rumana Ahmed really didn't have much to do, because a lot of the hard work was done by Murshida Khatun, helping Bangladesh to win quite convincingly and easily by 7 wickets.
Well, there was the partnership. Dilara Akhtar and Murshida Khatun started well, but then Ishmaq Chanjim joined Murshida Khatun, who was the much bigger scorer out of the two. She took the reins in this chase, and only near the end was she dismissed. Ritu Moni and Rumana Ahmed, well, they weren't going to be cowed by that chase. They were the exact right people at the time. 2 wicket takers, Tipacha Putawong, the captain, well, she was excellent. 1 for 18 from 4. And Panitha Maya will be delighted to get a wicket. 1 for 8 from 1.3. The bowlers weren't at fault really. It was the batting that didn't do the job for Thailand. It was never going to be enough, and especially once one of the openers got in, which she did, it was an easy job. 50 for the free flowing Khatun. Well, she had a bit of a hiccup here with the run out. It should have been her run out, but once it was her partner Dilara, she made sure to make Thailand pay. Straight away she went on the attack, right down the ground, but in particular on the sweep. Good use of the feet, in particular when she went through the offside. And she made Thailand move their field around. That was the shot of the day. Got it between extra cover and cover. Anything loose she pounced upon. There were wickets for Thailand. 2. That's the captain. She was pleased with the wicket, but not pleased they couldn't get rid of the opener until this moment. Just before the end, she lost her wicket. But then Ritu Moni heaved it leg side to give Bangladesh the win.
A convincing win for Bangladesh, winning by 7 wickets. And let's show you how the game ended. Thailand made 96 for 9. Never really got going, just Puchatham making 40. Very good effort by the spinners of Bangladesh. And in reply, Bangladesh very solid 100 for 3. Mushida Khatun making 50. Winning by 7 wickets. And let's show you where the points table is. That's where it is. Thailand still at second. Bangladesh joins them with 2 points. Sri Lanka is at the top. So that's the story for the moment. We will take a short break, and when you come back, it will be the post-match presentation.
Well, we've seen Bangladesh bounce back and put in a commanding win over Thailand to keep their semi-final hopes alive in this game number 8 of the Women's Asia Cup 2024, organized by the Asian Cricket Council and hosted by Sri Lanka Cricket. It's time for the post-match presentation. Might I first invite Captain of Thailand, Thipacha Putawong, please, to have a chat. And Kuram Gilani, the manager, will help us out. Thipacha, disappointing performance. Where would you have liked to improve with the bat, firstly? You didn't get enough runs.
อยากทำอะไรที่เราไม่ได้ได้คะแนนเยอะก็เราทำอะไรได้ดี
อยากจะพัฒนาทั้งเรื่องการแบดอยากสร้างพันธชิพต่อคู่ค่ะใช่แล้วก็พอเราเป็นเด็กอย่างนี้ใช่ไหมคะเราก็อยากจะแบบพัฒนามีเวลาที่จะพัฒนาอีกนานใช่ค่ะเอาเกมนี้เป็นการเรียนรู้ใช่ค่ะ
So we're here with a very young side. All the girls are gaining a lot of experience through this tournament. We hope that we got a better partnership going, but unfortunately that did not happen. A few more runs on the board would have changed the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of those experiences, playing a team like Bangladesh, former champions, what positives do you take from this game into your last game in the group stage?
อยากทำอะไรที่เกมกับศรีลังกาเราทำได้อะไรดี
สำหรับหนูนะคะคือประเทศไทยมี energy ที่ดีมากค่ะหนูคิดว่า energy เราสามารถสู้เขาได้แล้วก็ทาง bowling side กับ fielding side หนูคิดว่าโอเคที่จะสู้เขาได้
So our side is very energetic. Even towards the end, we were not giving up. We just want to keep and maintain that positive energy and give it our 100% on the next game.
Well, we wish you all the best for that game. Tough luck today. Thank you, Thipacha, and thank you, Kuram.
Thank you.
Thipacha Putawong, the captain of Thailand. We will now present the Player of the Match award, for which might I first invite Mr. Mohammad Siddiq, President, Kurunegala District Cricket Association, and he will present the Player of the Match award to Bangladesh's Rabea. A trophy along with $750. Rabea, excellent 4 for 14 with ball, including the top 3 wickets today. Well done, Rabea. Thank you, Mr. Mohammad Siddiq. And might I also invite Nigar Sultana Jyoti, who will just help us have a chat along with Rabea. Rabea, really well bowled. How happy are you with the way you bowled today?
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ফার্স্ট অফ অল ম্যাচটা উইন করতে পেরেছি ভালো লাগছে বোলিং করে সবাই ভালো বোলিং করছে এবং ম্যাচটা উইন করতে পেরে ভালো লাগছে বেশি
So she said like thanks to Almighty Allah, and she's been doing the job for the team and everyone is doing well, so she's happy.
We're looking at your wickets right now. The world is as well. You got the top 3 wickets. Which wicket were you most happy and satisfied about?
সেকেন্ড উইকেট
Tell us about it a little bit. What was the plan there? What made you happy?
ওটার বিষয়ে একটু ডিটেইলস কিছু বলো যে কেন ভালো লাগছে
ওইটা ভালো লাগছে বিকজ অফ কারণ আমি হচ্ছে ট্রাই করছি একদম উইকেট রাখার জন্য একটু উপর হালকা একটু টার্ন করানোর জন্য তো ওইটা হয়েছে তো এর জন্য বেশি ভালো লাগছে
So she was saying like the second wicket was her favorite because she is trying to bowl up to her, and it was a bit of turn, so she executed her plan on that particular ball, so that's why she is happy.
Your captain's helping you here. Is your captain helping you behind the stumps as well?
হ্যাঁ অবশ্যই
I understood that one. Thank you very much, Rabea. Well done. And Nigar Sultana Jyoti will stay along for a chat as captain now. You do a very good job at the translation as well. You have a future in broadcast, perhaps.
We could think so.
Okay, but that's for later. For today, how happy are you that your team bounced back after that disappointing game against Sri Lanka?
Yeah, definitely. The way actually girls bowled today, it was brilliant because just a day before we lost against Sri Lanka and we couldn't capitalize ourselves in the middle. So after a day back, and we are trying to give our 100% in the middle and trying to execute our game plans. And I think still we are not able to like execute the plan 100%, but still happy. So that we can actually play really well today.
You made some changes coming into this game, and one of those was Murshida Khatun. She got a 50. Rumana also back in the side with some wickets. How satisfied are you that the changes were players that performed?
Asi is definitely because Murshida is a very capable player and she's been doing well for the few years for the team. So she just get into the team and showing her character and how good she is. So I'm so happy for her, and definitely Rumana Ahmed is the most senior player, most experienced player, and how she bowled in the middle and handled the situation is I think is a different.
Must ask you personally, while you were keeping, it looked like your fingers were taking quite a beating. Are they okay now?
The thing is, wicket-keeper's fingers are not good every time, so I know that. But it's been hard, but it will be okay by 1 day or 2 days.
Will you sleep better tonight than perhaps yesterday?
Yes, definitely, because we won a game, so it's a very good thing, and definitely.
Well done today. All the best for your last group game.
Thank you so much.
Nigar Sultana Jyoti, captain of Bangladesh, who also get $2,000 as the winning team, and that wraps things up from down here in the presentation.
Well, indeed, a wonderful win by Bangladesh. They did win by 7 wickets, and tomorrow 2 big games coming up. Pakistan versus UAE, the first game on air at 1:30 local time, and the game starts at 2. And then India, they'll take on Nepal. We will be on air at 6:30, and that game starts at 7. So that's as far as today's cricket is concerned. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, it's good night.